Keith,
Hello.
Keith, the game is not showing up on my screen right now, but that's because Crusader Kings is a deeply weird creature, and I'm sure it will appear in a... Aha! Here we go. The chat can now see the game.
Great.
And you can see
That'll
the
be
game?
important for them soon. I can see
Yes.
the game, yeah.
I have a question for you.
Oh, sure.
If you had a time machine that could send you back in time 30 minutes, how quickly do you think you would fuck everything up?
In the time, I think it would be setting the time machine coordinates.
You wouldn't even go back in time. You would get out of the time machine and it would already have gone wrong.
Yeah. I wouldn't have even had the chance. And then I'd quickly try to explain it to someone, and they'd cause some sort of intense quantum destruction.
Ray Bradbury-ass paradox type situation. Yeah. I don't think either of us should be trusted with a time machine.
I think I should be trusted with it. Forget what I just said. Give me a time machine.
You need it. You need it.
I would love to be doing some time hijinks. I want to pretend to do slide. I don't want to actually be in sliders. I just want to pretend to do sliders.
Would it
Which
not?
I guess isn't a time machine. That is an interdimensional machine.
Yeah, which is its own whole problem. I simply don't think it would be good for my mental health.
Really, you don't want to do something weird in the past and then look down and you start to be see-through because the universe is slowly writing you out of it.
My great-grandmother actually didn't board that ship that went down in the whatever, and now that means that she met someone else in America or whatever, and now I'm not here. Yeah, that would mess me up, I think.
That is, I think, one of the oldest visuals from a movie that is stuck in my head is Marty McFly in Back to the Future looking down at his hand as it sort of flickers in and out of existence.
That I haven't seen that movie in years. Is it good?
Oh God, it's so good.
It's just pre him making Who Framed Roger Rabbit, right? Which is one of my favorite movies.
Yes, is it 3 years before?
He makes Back to the Future, and then he's like, my next... which is incredible.
He makes 3 Back to the Futures in a row, and then makes Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
What a... I mean, my understanding is that making Who Framed Roger Rabbit was a Herculean task that basically destroyed the workflow of everybody making it. But what a 4 movies to make.
Yeah. Just a wild 3 years of movies. Oh, I'm wrong. I'm wrong about the 3 Back to the Futures coming out in a row. That was wrong of me to say.
Does he just make the first and then do Who Framed
He
Roger
made the
Rabbit?
first and then Roger Rabbit and then the next 2.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
We talked about this recently. I didn't see it until I was 26.
Did it scare the shit out of you then?
No, but I really thought it was so good. I mean, it blew me away. I couldn't believe that I had been hearing about it all this time, and it had sort of been on my list of things to watch. I was always interested in it. I was, and still am, one of the major defenders of Looney Tunes Back in Action with Steve Martin.
I am not. I do not know that movie exists.
It was sort of famously panned. It also had a really troubled production, and I am willing to admit is not a great movie, but I liked it and liked parts of it.
Yeah. I mean, I've gone on record talking about how much I enjoyed the Twilight movies. I think this is a safe space to talk about movies that aren't good, that we had a good time with.
Yeah, that's actually another thing that we talked about recently is the Twilight. I had only seen the last one in theaters, but what an amazing experience that was for me. I thought it was fantastic. I mean, I thought it also was not a good movie, but I loved it in a real non-ironic way. I had a great time watching it.
Full body enjoyment of that movie.
Do you know about my experience with the Twilight books?
I don't. No. You're quite a big reader, aren't you? You're definitely a bigger reader than I am.
Well, I was a big reader. I've slowly become less of a big reader over time, but I try to read, and I'm always trying to read more. But this was back when I was a big reader. My mother got a book from a coworker and was like, "Hey, I don't need this book. I got it for someone and they already had it. Do you know someone who wants this?" And was just like, "Oh, my son reads a lot of books. Let me give it to him." I had never heard of Twilight.
Oh,
My
wow.
mother had never heard of Twilight. This was the second book in the series, and the ravenous fan base was just starting to kick in.
Right.
I read this book. I didn't like it very much, but I read about 20% of it before I realized that it was the second book in a series. Because there was not much indication on the cover that it was a second book. And I sort of thought that it had a really interesting sort of what is that word for media and res sort of in media res sort of like it sort of started in the middle of this. I was like, oh, this is very sort of interesting. They really drop you right into the middle of what's going on. Like these characters, they're giving me names, but they're telling me nothing about them. This is fascinating. Oh, this is the second book in the series. I did finish the book. I didn't really think it was very good. And then I sort of didn't pay any attention to Twilight until my girlfriend at the time was like, "Hey, I love Twilight. Do you want to go see this last movie?" And I was like, "Sure, let's go." And it was wild. It was so crazy.
Yeah. Those are good. Before we play Crusader Kings, would you like me to tell you the two ideas that I would have for making a Who Framed Roger Rabbit sequel in the year of our Lord 2023?
Yes.
Okay. Idea one. It is.
What if I had said no?
Then I would have.
No. Let's start.
No, I'm good. I don't know. I don't think so. Idea one. This is the idea that I'm less sure about. It's about how toons don't change and people do, or toons are perceived not to change. Roger Rabbit is in the movie and is functionally the same. The same age, hasn't grown older, isn't different in any way. And alas, Bob Hoskins isn't with us, because that would have been great to have.
Right.
Very old Bob Hoskins with a Roger Rabbit who is functionally the same character. Second thing, I would like the villain to be like the sun, or like the curtains that come down in an animated movie. Like some nightmarish big toon, a toon that is like the moon smoking a pipe or something.
That's great. I love that.
And those are my thoughts. DW the Gutless says, "Is Bob Hoskins still alive?" No. Bob Hoskins is no longer with us. Alas, he fucking rules, and he is great in that movie.
Another movie that he's great in, the Super Mario Brothers movie. Now, that is a movie I recommend anybody watch.
I haven't seen it, but I would like to, and I like Bob Hoskins a lot, so...
It is no longer on YouTube for free, because that era of YouTube is long over. But the run button watch along to that free YouTube version of the movie is still on our channel, and that's a great way to watch. That's a great way to watch that movie. It was basically a riff tracks of that movie.
I think
more
and probably
casual.
Better. Look, I think that MST3K and riff tracks, they do their own thing. I have no problem with it. I would rather watch you watch a movie and make jokes any fucking day of my life.
I would hate to be caught anywhere except on that Mario video saying the exact same thing.
We are here to play Crusader Kings III, a game Keith and I talk about comparatively regularly. I think that occasionally one of us will message the other one and be like, "Here's something about Crusader Kings." But we are playing it just after the most recent DLC release, which focuses on tours and tournaments. being able to travel around your realm, and also hold all kinds of various nightly tournaments as guises for flirting with someone, or killing someone, or trying to get rid of all your uncles, that kind of stuff. At the same time,
If they didn't want to be get rid of, don't be such a nasty uncle.
don't be such a nasty uncle. This is fundamentally a rule about uncles. At the same time, the recent patch that has launched alongside it has added regents, which Keith and I are both fascinated about, because I think, I can't speak for you, Keith, but as soon as I saw the words, we have added a bunch of regent mechanics, my brain immediately went, oh, this is going to be a really enjoyable nightmare. Because historically, regents have been, shall we say, politically inflammatory roles.
Yes. Yeah.
If you are not familiar, a regent is the ruler who rules in place of an actual ruler who is unable to rule, whether for health reasons or age reasons or other various concocted reasons. And you can imagine how that goes historically.
And it is sort of historically in Crusader Kings, it is the sort of thing where like dying when your heir is a baby is like one of the worst things that could happen to you.
Yes, totally. It's worth
because
saying,
you didn't have any control over I actually don't know what the Regents thing is about, so I won't speculate, but you really have no control over what's happening.
No, and it might be that you continue to have no control over what's happening, but in a deeply fascinating way.
Right, but the Regents are much more motivated by, the things that Regents are normally motivated by, which their own interests.
Yeah, usually almost exclusively greed, right? Maybe it's just because history only remembers the victors. I don't think I can call to mind a single historical regent who's gone, well, king's of an age where he can rule now, and I feel okay about that. Time for me to step aside.
Yeah. You know what regents remind me of, and this is, I think, just a personal interest in this other historical thing, but the perception of the Four Kingdoms era eunuchs of China.
I don't know this at all.
Oh, this is fame. So famously, it's sort of like, okay, you have these eunuchs. There's like this is essentially a social class. They're the only people that really have intimate access to the emperor, and as such become very trusted advisors, despite every bad thing happening always being because of a group of eunuchs who got a little bit too up their own ass.
Oh, it's like an entire social class of
Yes.
schemers who who are still somehow allowed to be
right.
I mean, this is a sovereign immunity to a certain extent. If you haven't seen Crusader Kings before, it's worth saying very quickly that this is going to be a game that is, I would say, refreshingly unflinching about what happened in medieval times. This is a game in which people are going to be murdered and usurped and stabbed in the back at any age.
And thoughtlessly left to die.
Consistently. And we are going to be encouraged by the mechanics of the game to think about people and think about power in a certain way. This is part of why Crusader Kings is so fascinating, is the way it gets players thinking this way.
Right.
But
by being a game, it invites you to see the world as pieces in a game, which then suggests that this is how a ruler sees the world, as pieces in a game.
So let's hit new game. I think it's also worth saying that Keith and I haven't played this game for a while, right?
Yeah, I played a lot last summer, I think.
But we are going to be muddling through as we go. Now, Keith, do you have any thoughts? We can see that there are sort of three... Obviously, we can start at any time and create our own ruler. But we can also pick up any of these characters sort of here. Do you have a hankering to play a particular kind of Dynasty?
No, I'm sort of up for whatever right now. I will say though, I don't know if it's the 15 FPS thing on the screen share, but I am getting some bizarre flickering Maybe
Oh,
if
that's
you close and
strange.
reopen the screen share, it'll work. It only just started.
Oh, wow, I can see that. That is
Yeah.
bizarre. Luckily,
Mhm.
the stream is not seeing that, but Keith absolutely is. Now, why is that button grayed out? Why is Go Live grayed out? Oh, there we go. How's this, Keith?
The same, unfortunately.
Okay, let's try a different frame rate. Why is it doing this?
Yeah, I've actually never seen this before.
This is a very strange experience for the chat because they are not seeing this.
Yeah,
at
they're
all.
seeing a totally fine image of the game, which is, I guess it's good that it narrows down what the issue could be.
Okay, I'm going to try something real quick. I am going to make Crusader Kings.
Oh, maybe that's nice resolution there, Jack.
Oh, thank you, Keith. I have
Lovely 1440.
I love a 1440. Let's see. Now, is running this in a window going to make this better for Keith? Place your bets.
$10 is yes. Yes.
Oh, but you were fine on the main menu, weren't you?
I
the other
I
thing.
was fine on the main menu, yeah.
It's flickering again.
No. I think maybe it's worth getting into the game and seeing if maybe it's just this one screen that's the problem, since the main menu was fine.
Okay. Yeah, sounds
another
good.
thing is you could do desktop capture and I would lose the audio, but this game only has music and a couple little sound effects.
Oh, let's immediately try that because that way you can. I don't know that I can do desktop capture, Keith, because where it says what you're streaming, to me, my only option is Crusader Kings III.
When you hit share screen, there's not there's applications and then there's the other tab, screens.
Oh,
See that?
I see it. How's this?
Wow, it's the same issue. Oh, it is better. It's like 20% better.
Absolutely bizarre. Utterly bizarre.
I've never seen this before. That's okay. It's not that bad.
How would you feel about being Italian?
I don't think I'd mind being Italian. Okay. Oh, Italy is very odd because of that. There's just a billion little duchies in there, and we are next to the Pope, and the Pope is very serious about everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What is Iberia in pieces? You've spent a lot of time in Spain, obviously.
I have, yes. Well, I call it Portugal.
Sure, big Portugal.
Yeah.
What is this? Robert started out his career a thief and head of a band of highwaymen. Being one of many siblings, the adventurous son was never predicted to become a brilliant strategist and statesman ruling vast areas of land, yet here he is, a powerful duke of southern Italy, ready to take on the path of history, which will enable the Hautevils to have a foothold in Sicily for over 100 years. If you can consolidate the power in the realm, the kingdom of Sicily awaits its ruler. That's interesting.
I like that sounds pretty good.
We're going to start at a Duke level, so we won't have too much to worry about.
No. No, I think it's fun to start lower. But if you really want to get in the mix of things, starting at Duke is really the way to go.
Yeah. Okay. Although if I click this button, this extremely loud sound. J. Tigwell in chat says, everyone is playing Tears of the Kingdom. Jack and Keith about to leave a kingdom in tears. I don't know about that. Turn the game audio down. Apparently,
God, I love the
Waypoint played
map.
this guy. Is it flickering for you?
Right now, it's fine.
Okay, that's interesting. Now, here's the other thing, Keith.
Yeah. Yeah,
We could hit random character.
we could.
At which point,
And we've already chosen Southern Italy? And it'll just put. Okay.
I just hit make a ruler at this point because I was like, I want to see the map, you know?
Yeah. I love the
God.
look of Northern Africa with the settlements around the deserts.
The deserts, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And then down here, just all these smaller regions.
Yeah.
Let us know how the audio is, chat. Keith and I have already talked about our frustrations with the way this game is mixed.
Yeah.
Do we hit random? Have you ever done this before?
I don't think never hit random. Well, it doesn't lock you in. You could hit random 9 times if you wanted.
That's true. Here's something that I am thinking of doing that I've also never done before. How would you feel about turning women on?
Oh, I've done that before. I feel fine about that.
So, by default, Crusader Kings sets gender equality to primarily a patriarchal society. And ditto, where is it to? Same-sex relations and sexuality distribution and same-sex marriage are set in a certain way. In general, I have played it historically with the default settings, in part because it feels really incredible to make a society begin to move towards quote-unquote progress, even as you are being, like, more female backstabbing murderers, you know?
Yeah.
But I think it might be interesting to just set it this way now.
I think it's fun. I don't think it changes the game very much. Actually, it does actually make a lot of things easier at the very beginning.
Yes, that's true.
But yeah, what I tend to do is sometimes I'll turn gender equality on, and sometimes what I'll do is I'll form a sect of Christianity that has some sorts of gender equality, and also you don't murder witches. It's sort of a witchy Christianity, and then sort of try to not be absolutely destroyed by the Catholic Church.
Witchianity.
Witchianity, yeah.
Can't help but notice it's flickering again for you, Keith.
It is flickering. It is the like top layer of the UI that flickers. Like the map is always fine. It's always like the menus things that flicker.
Miserable.
Yeah, it's odd.
So let's set gender equality to equal, and then let's set... And these are fascinating. You could really make a truly wild game of Crusader Kings.
You could.
Like this.
Yeah.
Same-sex relations accepted.
Sure.
And let's do that.
Yeah, making your own religion in this game is really fun because a lot of it is compromises of like what would I want to see in a religion that I think could be fun to just plop in, like 1100.
Yeah, totally.
And but balancing that out with what I don't want to be immediately crusaded.
Yeah, totally. Which is something that we can do here by making these changes here is we won't get crusades on us for this reason. All right,
because
let's get random.
You've changed the default history.
I have changed the default history, which is something that you do in Crusader Kings anyway, just through playing.
Right.
There are, as always...
the minute you start playing, you've changed the...
Yeah, there are, as always, going to be people on the forums being like, it's inauthentic, and it's like, what bit of this is authentic, my dude?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize that your, 1,000-mile-long France was being authentic to history.
Worth considering the matrilineal marriages thing as well. Yeah, that's true. We should... AI characters will want to arrange matrilineal marriages for all female Dynasty members. Like with default rules, patrilineal marriages still happen if deemed favorable enough. That's correct, right? You know what I mean by correct.
Yeah, morally just. That's what you mean.
That's not cruel. Okay, let's hit the button. All right, so here we have. Jesus, where is this guy? Oh, he's up here. He's this guy. Wow, he's in northern India. He rules Daman, and his liege is this guy
big
who rules
liege.
Kalyani Chalukya. All right, I'm gonna hit the button again. He's 50 years old.
Okay.
Count Heinrich of Crange.
Excuse me?
Crange.
Cringe? That sounds like a joke breakfast cereal.
Heinrich.
And so does Friuli. Well, it sounds like a joke ice cream flavor.
He's 38 years old. He currently has no heir. He is the lowest possible rank of the nobles in the Holy Roman Empire. He is the vassal of the Duchy of Carinthia, who in turn is the vassal of the Holy Roman Emperor.
Let's try for a duke.
Okay. Sounds
Unless you want to start little and be small.
I don't think so. This guy looks fantastic. You've got another sort of mid-Indian guy. Count Albrecht of Alpsee.
I should say duke or duke equivalent. You know, not everywhere it's dukes.
Counts. Wow, this guy's place looks really cool.
Yeah, that is a cool place.
Count Gleb. Count Gleb of Smolensk. Count Anso. These are all giving us. Well, that's a Maharaja. That's a chieftain. These might all be count tier. You know.
I think what we're seeing is just the overwhelming.
Oh. Whoa.
Ooh.
Count Katavuna of Hindata. Great logo. Great. What are these called?
Yeah.
Crests.
A logo. It's called a brand. It's called branding.
This guy's.
Wow. Excellent brand story.
Count Gerhard II of Strasbourg. He's 19 years old. He has an incredible beard. Oh my god. The current Holy Roman Emperor is 16 years old.
Wow. That's young. That's young to be Holy Roman Emperor.
I have 200 soldiers, 280 soldiers, and a realm size of one.
Yeah, I think I don't know if it's just giving us counts or if it's just the overwhelming number of counts versus other
characters. Yeah. God, do we want to do the HRE?
I've never done the HRE.
I think let's do it. I have got to know, because it's a whole fucking thing.
It's a mess.
Okay. The year is 1066. The Normans have invaded, or are just about to invade. Yeah, they're just about to invade England.
Mm-hmm. Great year for that.
Great year for that.
Famously.
And in the county of Strasbourg, the young Gerhard, who's 19 years old, unmarried.
Looks 42.
Looks 42. Is offering liege, or is the vassal of the young Kaiser Heinrich IV of the Holy Roman Empire. 16 years old. Is 16. And doesn't terribly care for us. Because he is paranoid, and he doesn't like us because we can speak High German. So there's some sort of political situation going on there,
right,
vis-a-vis High German.
The historical demonization of cannabis.
I don't know if that's what it is.
It is. It's High German.
Oh.
Yeah. That's not what the high in High German comes from. Smoking weed.
Alice Hatchie in the chat says, "Blonde smoking." Okay, right. So, Keith, help me out here. We run the county of Strasbourg,
Yeah,
which
with
is
an iron
this.
fist.
With an iron fist. Well, actually, that's a good question. We are arrogant, which
Yeah.
reduces our scheme secrecy because we just brag about
We
it.
just brag about it. Call us the German vermin.
Yeah. We are generous,
Okay.
which is nice.
Yeah.
And we are just. So we seem
Okay.
to be an all right guy. A combination of generosity and justice with a little bit of arrogance.
Right.
You know, it is what it is.
Hey, it sounds like we've got a lot to brag about. We're generous and just.
Yeah, we're 19 years old. We have a beautiful, beautiful, majestic.
And sorry,
beard.
are we a scholar? Is that what that scroll is?
We are a charismatic
Or a
negotiator,
Negotiator.
which is fascinating. And we run nothing bigger than this. Strasbourg is our whole fucking deal.
Yeah.
And as far as I can tell, it has one town.
Wow.
And the town is... Wait, how do I do this, Keith?
Oh,
yes, here we go.
Click right on it. Yep.
It's the city of Strasbourg. That's it.
Right. Strasbourg of Strasbourg.
Strasbourg of Strasbourg, and we can obviously we have the barony of Strasbourg, the barony
Yeah.
of Hagenau, and the barony of Lichtberg. But we are surrounded by people who have much larger kind of holdings. Over here we have the Duchy of Upper Lorraine. It's worth saying that a count is a low rank. Counts report up to dukes. Dukes report up to kings. So technically, we are right now a very small fish in a very big pond. And it is honestly remarkable that we don't have an immediate liege in a duke.
That is, and I think gives us a bit of an upper hand.
Could you say more about that?
Well, when you have a duke, then you have to do what the duke says. And so the fact that we don't have a duke means that there's an incomplete duchy that we should be a part of.
Which is probably the Duchy of Upper Lorraine, is my guess.
If we
based
click
on how
on
this map looks.
Strasbourg,
Yeah.
So
Duchy
yeah,
of Alsace.
yeah,
The
that's
Kingdom
what it
of
is.
Germany and the HRE. So Alsace in the south.
So this means that we have a claim to the Duchy of Alsace by being a count in a duchy that does not exist. So if we
Fascinating.
want a game plan for becoming a duke, it would be we need to form the Duchy of Alsace.
Absolutely. And what is interesting here, and by interesting I mean deeply concerning, is that the Duchy of Alsace is part of, actually, if I go into duchy titles, we can see here that Alsace is currently being run, at least in part, by this guy, who has this whole area up here,
Yeah.
by Upper Lorraine,
Yeah.
because Alsace extends down here. So if we want this province, we are going to have to have some thoughts about this
who's
man.
currently ruling Upper Lorraine?
Upper Lorraine is currently being ruled by another man called Gerhard. He's 45.
What are Gerhard's duchy titles there? He has 5 titles.
Upper Lorraine,
Okay.
Valcourt.
Oh, and then the rest are all counties.
Yep.
Okay.
And one of them's Nancy.
So we can actually probably avoid this person altogether by taking one of the duchies or one of the counties in Alsace that is not owned by Gerhard.
Like, for
and
example,
then buying the
Sundgau.
title, essentially.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
And then
yeah.
we would be and he would still have a county in our duchy, and that would be fine.
He hates the Kaiser. All right,
Wow.
we're getting into the weeds. Let's
Yes,
start
this is
in the
very
classic
weeds, yeah.
Crusader Kings way. The first thing that we should do is we know how to fabricate claims.
Right.
We know that.
We should find
we should find
an
a
awesome
spouse.
high intrigue spouse.
Yes, because something to note is that our diplomacy is legitimately pretty great, but our intrigue is it's terrible.
Yeah.
So we are on the hunt for a. Ooh, this is
spy wife.
interesting. Look at this grand wedding, a grandiose celebration of the union of a couple. However, this is not just a wedding ceremony, it's a public show of influence at a social event where the nobility gather to practice the arts of diplomacy, seduction, and murder, or to share a drink with friends. Okay.
Okay.
We are heterosexual.
Okay. Yeah.
We are being given a lot of fellas to marry.
Sure.
I don't know how they would feel about that. But what we want is someone...
marriage. Let's I think that's how these people all feel.
Let's
marry a count? Sure.
Holy shit, Natalia. Okay, we got a lot to talk about here.
Hello, Natalia.
Because when you're marrying someone in Crusader Kings, you are trying to take into account a lot of various differing things. For example, Natalia is lowborn. She is
and
not
ugly.
Is she ugly? Is one of these ugly?
Look
She's
at the frog.
Paranoid.
Yeah.
She's homely, yes, which is as far as the game. But she is an unbelievable spy. So that's interesting. Also, I think she looks fine.
I also think she looks fine.
We have Ivan. He's 26. We have the 17-year-old Melisande de Montfaucon.
And we've got a little bit of an alliance there. If we mouse over,
if we play our cards right, an alliance with the Barony of Vierzon, which is...
And genuinely not a bad intrigue either, 20, which is really high.
Down here. Yeah. I mean, it's no Natalia, but it's not much worse than Natalia.
But it actually might go up because she's 17, and when she turns 18, I think that you get your last little bump of skill.
Let's see. She is part of House Montfaucon, devoted with sword in hand. They are an obscure house led up by Baron Adamar down here, a dishonorable villain. Okay.
I think, I remember our Crusader Kings 2 streams, and immediately aligning ourselves with a dishonest villain sounds exactly right.
Okay, well, let's see about this. She's French. That is consistent. She is Catholic. We are Catholic. She is temperate. Sweet. I'm giving a thumbs up to my computer screen. She's ambitious. Always a little concerning when someone has high intrigue. And she's calm. What are Natalia's traits? She's zealous. She's paranoid. Yikes. She's temperate.
Paranoid and temperate is a fun duo.
It is interesting, isn't it? Let's see what happens. Now, I don't want this to be matrilineal because I want this to be in our lineage. Mm-hmm. Although I am almost certainly going to make decisions based on standard Crusader Kings gender rules and have to trick my brain into being like it works differently. But I think as it stands right now, we want this to be a non-matrilineal marriage because we want these to be in our house.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I think if you did this matrilineal marriage, the game would end.
Oh, sure. Yes, because our kid would be her kid.
Right. Yeah, we wouldn't. It would no longer
her
be
kid anyway. But you know what I mean. Okay, so let's do this. We wouldn't.
Big will not accept.
Why will not accept? Because
patrilineal
it's patrilineal. Sure. Okay.
I'm now thinking that maybe the always matrilineal thing has flipped. Instead of making it neutral, you've made it so that it's flipped, and the expectation is that it will always be matrilineal. Shit. Did we error there?
I think we absolutely did. And we can fix this because we know it's the guy in Strasbourg.
Yes.
Kismet points out that it's because she's her dad's primary heir. Yeah, we did. Whoopsie. All right. Okay. All right. Where's the fucking menu? It's down here. Game rules. Oh, yes. I cannot change these. That makes sense. Exit to the main menu. Sorry about that.
But it's fine. The game will be exactly the same.
Yep.
Nothing will change. Well, I think.
Choose your ruler. Okay, we want game rules. We want...
Okay, so what are the options for matrilineal marriages?
Okay, hold on. Let me just go all sexuality. No. I want this to be accepted. I want this to be accepted. I want... Where's women?
It's
Here we
right
go.
at the top. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. All characters will arrange matrilineal marriages if they belong to the player's close family or a reputable dynasty or an equal realm or are strong rulers. So they're like, we'll be fine with that if we're part of your family, you're from a reputable dynasty, an equal realm, or a strong rulers. Female-dominated realms default to matrilineal. All characters will... Okay, there's no player exception there. All characters will want to arrange matrilineal marriages for all female dynasty members. Like with default rules, patrilineal marriages still happen if deemed favorable enough.
Oh, okay. So I see. So someone in the chat said the reason, so I think that we got what we wanted. But it was, the fact was that she was the primary heir, and that's why they didn't want the patrilineal marriage. So I think actually things were the way that we wanted it to be.
Is it not this? AI characters will only arrange matrilineal marriages. No, we want...
Yeah. I think that we had
want
it right
this.
before.
We did.
And yeah.
Okay, fine.
No. So nothing. We can probably reload instead of starting the game over, I think.
No.
Autosave exit? Yeah. That's an old autosave exit.
Okay. Look, chat. We appreciate your patience.
Yeah. Hey, this is Crusader Kings, baby.
Yeah. This is how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just do that. Keith, are you gonna get a migraine because of the flickering?
No.
Are you quite sure?
Yeah. This is not.
Okay.
During the game, it was barely flickering at all.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah. When we were actually in there, it was not doing much flickering.
Okay. Give...
All right. Now to find Strasbourg upon Strasbourg.
Yeah. My guy, Strasbourg upon Strasbourg. Where is
I think it's west. It's borders France. It's like two. Yep, there we go.
Oh, here we go.
Yep.
Got him. This is my guy. All right. Find spouse. High intrigue.
Oh, were they both named Gerhard? I didn't notice that.
What,
The Upper Lorraine guy's also Gerhard.
Yeah, the Upper Lorraine guy is also
I didn't
Gerhard.
notice that they were the same.
So
Okay.
we could marry Natalia because this will be... We will lose prestige because she is unlanded, which is
Right.
maybe not the best, but is worth considering.
I think at this point, that 100 prestige stings right now, considering right now we're only getting 1.5 prestige per turn, and 100 prestige is all of our prestige. But I think we're at a point where it doesn't really matter. And eventually, the goal would be to have hundreds or thousands of prestige.
It's true, but I will say this. Would you like to marry... Oh my god. Why can't I mouse down here? Oh, this is so frustrating. Because I can't help but notice that down here we have someone called Elizabeth the Silly.
But unfortunately, we would gain a negative congenital trait and still lose 100.
Delicate.
Yeah.
But she is Elizabeth the Silly.
Yeah. Well,
She's Norwegian.
I think we should aim to have our own silly ruler.
Okay, fine.
So why couldn't you scroll down? I
don't know. My scroll wheel here is not doing anything. Which is
That's odd.
I can go down like this, but that's not good.
No.
County of Bigor. Oh,
Oh.
no chance of children though. Although we do have an heir right now, but I don't feel you know.
Oh, we do have an heir. Oh, Gerhard has an heir this time. Look at that.
I think he had an heir last time.
No, had no heir. Oh,
Huh.
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just assuming we had no heir. He did. Okay, he did have an heir before.
Okay.
Thank you, Chad.
Okay.
So this would get us an alliance. It would quadruple our prestige, and it would all we'd have to do is marry someone that we're not sexually interested in,
Sure. Okay.
who is 3 times our age.
Oh wait. Oh shit, Keith. He is Duke Wilhelm the Eighth's Spymaster.
Oh,
And Duke Wilhelm the Eighth is King Philippe's Spymaster.
what? How deep does it go?
He's the King of France.
Okay, now here's an issue. If he is a member of someone else's court, are we just going to have an absentee husband who is busy being spymaster to someone else instead of what we need, which is spymaster to us?
He will Spymaster for us though. Won't the game handwave that?
No, sometimes you have a spouse that goes off and is like working for someone else.
For the king, for the Duke, who is also the Spymaster for the King of France. Okay.
People in the chat are saying yes, but I'm not sure if they're saying yes, I'm right, or yes, you're right.
I think they're saying yes, he will go off.
Okay.
Go off. Yeah, but go off. The 64-year-old Adalbero von Luxembourg.
Okay.
A
What
guy
are
called
those traits? Paranoid,
shy, callous, and arrogant.
callous. I was miss.
This guy's deceitful. You do not want that in your
No,
own
you do not want a
Spymaster.
deceitful spymaster.
I think he's
husband.
Oh, he's intimidated by us because we're apparently dreadful.
Oh,
Wow.
we're dreadful this time.
Why are we dreadful?
We just are this time. We're temperate, lustful.
We're arrogant,
Oh,
patient, and lustful.
patient. I don't remember what the pictures are, but we're still a charismatic negotiator.
Yeah, that's good to know. This is tough, right? Because it's very likely that we are going to marry someone unlanded and take a prestige.
I think that we should just marry Natalia. And be
Just
fine
marry
with it.
Natalia.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do we want a grand wedding? It will cost us money we don't have. So, no.
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 And let's send this proposal.
And already no one is impressed with our fiance here. So
No,
I think
it's
we're
not gonna go
Yeah.
super. Our dad is dead, but our mum is alive, and she is currently our spymaster, and she is the worst possible.
This is the definition of bumbling.
Just terrible because she's honest.
She's calling people to set up appointments with them, saying
To scheme.
I'm going to spy on you on Tuesday.
And does that suit you?
Does that
What is she good at?
Penciling
Is
you
she?
in?
Oh, she's pretty good at fighting. This
She's
might
pretty
be
good
it.
at fighting. Yeah,
She might
and
just
she can
be-
read.
It's medieval times, yeah. All right, let's see. So what do we got up next? We
I've
can
never
pay
been
homage.
to a medieval times.
Me either. All right, but let's choose our lifestyle now, which seems like a good.
We have a natural fit with diplomacy.
We do, and I think we shouldn't mess with that for our
Yeah.
starting ruler. You know.
Yeah.
So let's do that, and our focus right now should be.
We have an heir, so I don't think we need family focus.
It could be majesty if we are
Yeah.
trying to build up our dukedom.
Right.
Because the prestige might come in handy in terms of getting people on side, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And we have a perk already called Groomed to Rule. Children receive 1 to 3 extra skill points.
That's great. Ooh, we in case it doesn't say, we will need a what is it called?
A tutor
A
for the
babysitter
kid?
for our kid.
Yeah. Yeah, we might have one already, but let's figure that out. Current
What is
situation.
that called?
A tutor, right?
The game calls him something specific.
We'll figure it out. Okay. You are not employing a court physician. We should absolutely do that. You can station a men-at-arms regiment. Okay. You have at least one men-at-arms regiment that you can station in a holding in your domain. Well, we have one holding. So, we should put them in
Strasbourg.
In Strasbourg.
I thought long and hard about this. They should go to Strasbourg.
By stationing your regiments, you make them more powerful and better at fighting. We select one of these guys here. We select where they are stationed. And
Guardian.
We are gonna
Thank you, Chad. The thing that we need is a Guardian.
We are stationing them in Strasbourg, and they are going to be better at fighting and defending against being fought.
Yeah.
Okay, got that. Nice and sorted. We can create an accolade. That's cool. We'll worry about that later. Who can get married? Our brothers can get married. That's interesting.
This is an underrated piece of absurd control that you have over people's lives in this game. Like, imagine if part of your job was to find spouses for all your siblings. Be like, I've looked at this list. This works best for me. Go do it.
I just married Natalia, the greatest spy. There is an active election in the Holy Roman Empire.
Do we have a chance?
And we have few knights. We do not currently have the maximum number of knights employed. We can worry about that in a second. I think we should start with our council. How do you feel?
Yeah, I agree.
I'm going to set the time running, but I'm going to set it running normal for the time being. Oh, wonderful.
Wow.
Our wife will be our wife.
Great. I was worried.
Okay. With my marriage to Countess Natalia, the realm expects us to throw a suitably extravagant wedding celebration. It is well within my right to collect a royal aid duty as part of this, but some may consider it tasteless to levy an extra tax during a time of jubilation. Of course I will collect it. We gain 75 money. I'll let my subjects enjoy the festivities without worry or care, and we gain 350 prestige. Now this is interesting.
There's that prestige.
Because we could just immediately gain the prestige back.
3.5 times, basically.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I know we have those options here.
In all my time, my hours playing Crusader Kings, I've never regretted taking that prestige over that gold almost every time.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, so the first thing that's going to happen is our mum is no longer going to be our Spymaster. Sorry.
Yes.
This one is straightforward. Where is Natalia?
Oh, so the thing that we do now is we actually don't get our wife to be her own spot on the council.
Have her
right,
be
we change her assist, so we can have her plus 12, which is, huge.
Yeah. We probably should have someone better than my mum, right?
Right, yeah. This Bruno character looks a little shifty, though, to me.
He is deceitful. It could be our brother, always deeply concerning, I feel.
Yes, who also is deceitful.
No,
and
he is
zealous?
arrogant, brave, and vengeful. He's also an
vengeful.
insightful thinker. And from then we have Henrik, who is generous, fickle, compassionate. He's a flamboyant trickster, which could be great. He's also slow. And then beyond that, everybody is fucking terrible at spying in our kingdom.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that we should take the risk and get that vengeful, deceitful Bruno.
Wait. Do you want the vengeful Albrecht or the deceitful Bruno?
Wait, is Bruno not also vengeful?
Oh, he is. Yep.
Yeah, vengeful, zealous. I mean, what is that? What is the last thing there?
He's an organizer.
Oh, an organizer. Oh, okay. I think the stakes are low enough right now that we could get Bruno in there, get a couple extra intrigue points, and probably be fine.
Yeah, I think so. We'll see. Oh, he is currently our steward, which is interesting.
Well, let's pick our steward first, because this is not a very good steward either. It's not like
okay, sure.
very
now,
poorly
Agnes
organized.
Is a good steward.
It's like they don't have access to these lists before we get in charge.
No, then they're like, wait, shit.
Yes, why have you so poorly organized this? Everyone has a number.
Okay, so Agnes should be a steward, right? She's
Yes.
honest, she's diligent, she's a fortune builder.
Right, we need that fortune.
Now, okay, Keith, can you see the problem?
I can see that, but when we immediately give him a new job, we're going to get, I think, almost all of that back. And it will be a job that he's better at, which he will like.
Okay, there's Agnes. Now, Bruno, who currently does not like us, and he's
Right.
also lustful, is going to be our Spymaster. Right, you're right.
Boom,
he
27.
He thinks we're all right.
Yeah, the game understands firing someone and then rehiring them isn't actually firing them.
Yes. Okay, our bishop, we cannot change, because right now, Catholicism fully will not let us.
I love that because you get absolutely no control over the stats of your bishop.
Yeah, it's great.
You just sometimes and often are stuck with a terrible bishop who is providing like 6 whatever the stats called that they
learning.
Yeah,
Learning. Okay, the Chancellor currently has a score of 9, which is average. Let's see. Do we have better Chancellors? Yes. Henrik is an
who is
incredible
also
Chancellor.
oh wait, no, you're right. Okay. Generous, fickle, compassionate, flamboyant trickster.
I think she seems great, honestly.
Seems fine to me. Yeah, totally.
Yep. Bung her in. Sorry, Hugo. Agnes we've done, and then we have Marshal Albrecht, who
is our brother and is really bad.
Yeah, he is really bad. However,
unfortunately, brother Bruno is better at both things than brother Albrecht.
But what if our mum is our marshal, Keith?
Do it. I think do it.
Whoa, sick.
Wow, and she loves it. She loves being the marshal.
She fucking loves this shit. All right, okay. So now I want to take a look at, I want to get the game running.
Now that we have a halfway decent...
Hey, what? Bounteous Loins?
Ooh, we have bounteous loins.
Why is our dynasty unlocked bounteous loins?
Gerhard, I've heard tell of your loins.
Of your bounteous loins. Where is my dynasty information?
I think that it's the bottom there. The list that you were just looking at. I think it's second from the bottom. The cup.
That's activities.
That's activities. Oh, okay.
It's.
Oh, click on the flag. The Etichonen. Is that it?
Oh yeah, here we go. Open dynasty tree. Right. Is this my mum? No.
Who's our progenitor here? Who's our
Where
oldest?
are we? Oh, here we are. This is us.
Yeah.
And our 3 brothers, Hugo, Albrecht, and Bruno.
The brothers 3. There they are.
The brothers 3. Okay, up here. Oh, go on.
I'm curious. I want to see our oldest tracked relative, like dead, like on the tree. I also want to see our oldest living relative.
It's Baticho Etichonen.
Okay, and his son was the first count
Of Strasbourg. Yeah.
So this is hundreds and hundreds of years of Count Strasbourgs. We had a Pope relative.
We had that's my grandfather, that's my great-grandfather, my great-great-uncle.
Yes.
No, my great-uncle, because that's my father.
great-uncle.
That's my grandfather. My great-uncle was the Pope.
Pope Leo the Ninth.
That's incredible. Our
Yeah.
oldest currently living relative is Countess Adelheid. She's 62.
Wow.
Okay. And the current head of the dynasty is Adelheid over here. Interesting. 30 living members.
When I was doing my big Portugal thing, for listeners who don't know, when I was playing this game, I can't remember if it was last year or it was 6 months ago or 18 months ago. I did a run of this game where I made Portugal encompass about 70% of Europe. And my dynasty page nearly crashes the computer to look at
Because Portugal is so damn big.
So many relatives and sort of tendrils.
Oh, we should get a doctor.
We should get a doctor. Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at all these possible court positions, Keith.
I know. I love this. I had a.
And we don't.
I had a.
We don't need to worry about all of them right now.
No.
But we should think about.
We should think about court physician and antiquarian first.
Yes,
And-
I agree.
And court tutor. Those should be our like 3 main ones. And then once we get a little bit of money, we should get a court taster, a royal taster.
Yes, to that is a great idea. I do have some bad news.
Okay.
Do you see the aptitude of these fuckers?
Oh goodness. Oh, but we can like do a search for them.
Yes.
And the game
that is
will
an
give us
activity. It'll
an
give
event
us some,
to do that.
Yeah, we should probably do that. But I would like quickly to, let's see. Our brothers can get married, and we should think about that in a bit.
Since we can't appoint or shouldn't appoint a court physician right now, we might want to instead do a court tutor for our children.
Oh yeah, true. Also all fucking dog shit.
Average is not the worst thing in the world, though.
Our brother who hates us, yeah.
Will like us more upon getting
That
this
is
new
true.
assignment.
Yeah, that is true. And it's not very expensive.
No, and has a learning bonus at least. So even though it is average, has like a learning trait that might help.
Yeah, the learn language scheme is a personal scheme where you try to learn the language of the scheme target. Wow, sick. He's tutoring us as well.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Maybe we'll reward him by getting him married to someone. I want to see about this election in the Holy Roman Empire. Okay, we are not currently an elector, and we cannot vote. There are 8 electors. Oh my god, I have never seen this mechanic before. This is interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, when I play as I've done a few Ireland playthroughs because that's the tutorial first off when they basically funnel you into Ireland because it's a really easy starting point. But if you go down the Ireland path, then you start doing elections for a unified Ireland.
Yes. Okay. So we don't need to worry about this election. Not
No.
interesting. One of our knights can be appointed as an acclaimed knight.
I'm not interested in any election that I can't win.
Yikes. Whoa. Man
What's wrong?
alive. This is just a lot of information. You can now grant an accolade to one of your knights. Each knight that holds an accolade becomes an acclaimed knight and gives bonuses to you and your armies. The accolade will remain until you destroy it and will pass on to future knights via accolade succession. Select an unassigned accolade.
Hey, might as well give some accolades to Bruno, who, if doesn't like us, could kill us.
I think that's true. He's also
And
pretty
happens
good.
to be our best knight.
Yeah. Okay. Each acclaimed knight has 2 accolade attributes, one primary and one secondary. Before you create the accolade, these attributes are shown for each candidate. Each attribute gives you and your armies various bonuses as the accolade gains glory. Glory is gained by participating in grand tournament, contests, and battles. The primary attribute is always part of the accolade and cannot be changed on accolade succession.
So this is part of a new thing.
Yes. You can now create this accolade if you want. More accolades will become available as your culture discovers innovations. Interesting.
I understand. I like how that's the thing you
I
press.
understand.
I understand.
I understand. Okay, so right now, he could be a fanatic, a disciplinarian, or a scoundrel.
Don't encourage the scoundrel in him.
Should he be a disciplinarian then?
I don't know. I guess I don't know what these do.
No, neither do I. We'll figure this out.
I do have a personal affinity for scoundrels.
Oh my
When
god.
I was a kid, I watched Star Wars and I said, "That's it. I like scoundrels for the rest of my life."
and it bore out. It's true.
Yeah, it's true.
I think a character pitch
It was
that
an
is
odd thing for a 7-year-old to say, but whatever.
a character pitch that is really cool is this guy, you know, he's a spymaster, but when he rides as a knight, he's like a fucking nightmare scoundrel. He's a scoundrel fanatic, you know? He's like a...
Yeah.
And they call him the Terror in the Plains?
Lacking Sanity in the chat says, if you hover over the rank tabs, they should explain what the effects are.
Zealot Vassal Opinion plus 10. This just...
Okay, so Fanatic makes Zealots like you more.
And Scoundrel makes
Mercenary hiring
you-
cheaper.
And eventually makes our Marshal the more stressed we are.
The better at fighting. Okay, that's fun.
This sounds like our relationship with Bruno, honestly.
It
This sounds
does,
like
yes.
how-
We have... This stream has so far been very Bruno-centric.
Okay,
I think Bruno would like how much we're talking about him.
Okay, we can spend that. You are the Terror in the Plains, Bruno. Click to
Terror in the
manage the
Plains.
Terror in the Plains.
Wow. Imagine being the 16-year-old terror in the plains. What were you doing at
Jesus.
16?
I wasn't being the Terror in the Plains. So our knights are Bruno, who is the Terror in the Plains, and absolutely rules.
What would your the blank in the blank be at 16?
Oh my god, at 16.
Yeah.
It's like the what was I doing at 16? Was I prepping to go to university? At 16, probably not. The panic of the panic of the classwork, I think.
Mine would be the not high one in the Jeep.
Oh god, man, that's great. Yes, because I need you to be in the something. Yes,
Yeah.
the overwhelmed in the cafeteria.
Okay, yeah.
You know, so our nights are.
I could just as easily be the sandwich eater at the computer lab.
Yeah, that's true. But Bruno really has one over on us as the Terror in the Plains.
Yes, yeah.
We have Elizabeth, a knight who is afraid of us because we're dreadful for some reason. We have our
Right.
wife. These are our knights. Bruno, Elizabeth, our wife, a woman called
Night wife.
Agnes, our mum.
And our mom is kind of our main knight in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not our highest, but our most martial, certainly. And or maybe it's second most martial, but it is our martial.
That's very funny. All right, cool. Gonna just get this running. And then let's see.
Yeah,
Oh.
second most prowess, second most martial, mom.
Oh, optional activity. Join Kaiser Heinrich's Grand Tournament in Wetzlar.
Wow, right off the bat, we're doing tournaments.
Yeah. Decision available. Create Cadets Branch. It may be time for my family to abandon the legacy of House Etikonen and carve its own path in history with me as the new head of this branch of our great dynasty. Don't know about that. Interesting.
But I don't not know about that.
Yeah, I'm happy with this current branch right now.
Okay.
I tell you what, we
we
should
always
do.
can do that later.
We should send the Terror in the Plains to
We
this
should
tournament.
send the Terror in the Plains.
Whoop, fucking yikes. Okay.
God, they'll be talking about us in the stands.
Okay. Invitation to Kaiser Heinrich IV's Grand Tournament. To my vassal, I'm organizing a grand tournament in Wetzlar. We will start with a melee, a chance to show your skill to all, I warrant. Signed, Kaiser Heinrich IV of the Holy Roman Empire. Activity phases. Planning. This is Heinrich coming up with the plan.
Yeah.
Melee, a mock battle on horse and on foot between two teams vying to control a contested field and capture opposing combatants for ransom. Contest format, teams. Then it's going to be a duel. Then it's going to be a closing ceremony. And then it's going to be the conclusion. Okay, we have to leave within 3 months. This sounds fine to me. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay. Travel planning. You're about to travel. Open this to learn more about planning your travel. Okay. You rarely travel alone. The characters that travel with you are your entourage. These characters will often join you at your destination. Our current entourage is Brother Hugo, Brother Albrecht, the teacher, the Terror of the Plains, my daughter, my 2-year-old daughter, my wife, the knight called Elizabeth, and the knight called Agnes. Okay. I don't feel super duper about this, but I don't know how to change it. And the game will probably tell me that.
Why don't you feel good about this?
Well, you know, I want my mom.
You're saying that we should have a designated survivor?
Yes, probably. We are bringing everybody.
Right.
But I don't know.
But there's a lot of protection. We have, by just the very nature of the event.
The Terror of the Plains is here. Yeah.
Well, right. Surely we'll be protected by Bruno, the Terror of the Plains.
There are 2 main factors to consider when planning your travel: speed and safety. The base speed is 100%, and a high speed means you arrive to your destination faster. We are traveling at 107% because we have good stewardship, so presumably our roads are good. That's interesting. Safety counteracts any danger you may encounter on the route. Having a high safety means you and your entourage can travel through dangerous areas with less risk involved.
I can't. 8
is
meaningless to me.
Meaningless to me. Okay. But the number seems to be green. I don't know. We'll see. You can appoint a caravan master, a special court position who will join you in all your travels. They have a large impact on speed and safety, so you would usually want someone in this position on longer journeys.
What is our journey length? Oh, 3 months of travel time.
That seems pretty long, and I can't help but notice
to
that
me that seems long. Most of my
unhappy
trips
face up here.
Most of my trips are an afternoon, so
Keith, it doesn't. There's a 14% chance of danger in worms.
Chance. Well, let's. Oh, and I know what the danger is going to be.
Is it worms?
It's going to be worms. There's worms at Worms.
Oh, that's where they're from. That's what worms are named after.
That's what worms are named after. And I've heard the arguments that it's that this place was named after worms, not the other way around.
No, other way around.
It is the other way around, but I think honestly it makes sense either way because there's a lot of worms in Worms.
Yeah, true. Who's a potential caravan master? Okay.
Oh, good aptitude from our brother, our last brother who has no job.
And I think he's coming with us anyway, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. So, yeah, totally. Absolutely. And it's quite a cheap position.
Yeah. Hey, let's oh no, never mind.
Okay, feel good about that. 190%. And now our speed is 18. Very good. Where is Wetzlar? Is that the capital? It might actually be where the event is taking place.
Yeah, I think it is. And no more frowny face at Worms.
Whoa, it's so much safer. There is only a slight... But Worms is the low point of the journey, Keith.
Yeah. Oh, Worms, Caravan Master or no? Worms is a nasty, creepy crawly place.
Creepy crawly, concerning, totally. You can also choose up to 2 travel options for this specific journey. They usually cost gold and provide various benefits. Many options reduce the type of danger for specific types of terrain on your route. Each type of danger in your location is shown on the map with a unique color. Any of these dangers you might encounter are also shown as icons on your route. We only have one danger, and it's in the plains. It's Worms danger.
And
what
that's
are
fine
these
because we
options?
have with us the terror of the plains.
Yeah, totally. We could hire a jungle stalker, and he would be way out of his depth.
No, I think we're good. We're safe.
We don't have these. This is really interesting. We could, if we were impatient, we could add make haste at no additional cost. Really cool mechanics. Finally, you can customize your route to bypass danger on the way, instead of going straight to your destination. Now, we should go through worms, right? After all this talk.
After all the talk, we can't chicken out of worms. Can we mouse over worms and say what it is that they don't that is causing it to be dangerous?
Chicken into worms is describes how chickens eat worms regularly.
They do, and they love that. High in protein.
Yeah. There's a 4% chance of danger that seems to come from the plains. And it's to do with
and their
the
opinion
county's
of us.
opinion of us. They hate us. They're roasting your ass in worms right now.
This is what happens at the Worms World Party.
We gotta
I've heard so much about.
We gotta go, right? We gotta go.
We gotta go.
Okay, we're gonna arrive there about 2 months early,
Wow.
which is good, right?
Yeah.
It's medieval times. You don't want to mess about with this stuff.
Yeah, they had not invented fashionably late.
No, they had not.
Me
Wow,
strolling up to the tournament 4 weeks after it's ended.
Oh my god, look, here we are. We're off.
We're off.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay. You're attending King Henry. It's worth saying that my spacebar is bugged, and I can't pause and unpause on space, which sucks.
Oh, that is. So you can't scroll or.
Yeah. You want to read this?
Do you want to read this? Sure. Grand Tournament, a fresh start. My liege Kaiser Heinrich is hosting a grand tournament competition in the vicinity of Wetzlar, and the time has come for us to depart. We shall represent the house of Etichinen and make the Swabian people proud. While we were there, we should also seize the opportunity to experience the Franconian culture.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Very cute. Journeying through Hagenau, I passed by a peculiar-looking tent splayed open with its yet more peculiar-looking occupant inside. Oh, come in, mighty count. I can tell you have many miles to go, and I can offer you a reading of your future travels for a modest price. The strange woman has piqued the interest of my entourage, but am I willing to pay for a reading?
Yes, willing.
Tell me my future, oh wise one. Possible outcomes: 50% chance you lose 11 stress, you gain travel good omens for 5 years. 50% you gain travel bad omens for 5 years. I mean, yes, right? We've simply got to do this.
Oops.
So, our travel
Oh, and now
boat
danger, snowbound.
and we have immediately gotten stuck in a snowstorm. It has been snowing for days now. The road ahead appears completely impassable. However, as I look ahead, I see a small group of people approaching us fast across the snowdrifts. Soon a woman stands before me and speaks with a wide grin. You seem to be in quite a predicament, but fear not. For a fair price, we will help you return to your travels. Where are we? We're in our own province?
We are still in our own province, yeah.
Okay. All right, and our options here are helping others is its own reward. She could join us. Her name is also Elizabeth, and she's part of our entourage. It's a 50% chance. There's also a 50% chance we lose 150 prestige and we're delayed by 14 days. This is why I'm glad to leave early, you know?
Right. Yes, because you never know when you're going to meet a witch who curses you with snow.
Yeah.
I think that we just lost a 50-50. I think it's time to win a 50-50.
Oh, wow. Wow, we just say helping others is its own reward. And hope that she's on board with that.
Yeah. Sure, I'll change my life. Yeah, you're right. I'll change my whole life for this.
Nope, she hated it.
Oof.
Also, we have entered into a regency. Okay, lots of stuff is happening. This is very Crusader Kings.
Yeah.
While I have come to expect mischief from my daughter, her creativity keeps me on my toes. When it is not a prank, it is a brawl, a disgruntled tutor, or Grey's knees from an adventure gone wrong. Never a dull moment. We have a rowdy kid, Heilvig. She is on the trip with us. We're in a snowstorm.
That's true. Hey, have we appointed a guardian, or did she already have one? Because we might have a better guardian to appoint than the one that they do by default.
I don't think she does have a guardian right now.
No.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, we can sort that in a second. But her martial increased by 2 because we have a court tutor in general.
Great.
Okay. We also have... I entered into a regency. I began sharing power with Matilda, who is my mother. What is happening here? A regency is a special form of power sharing for when the ruler is not able to rule the realm on their own. It generally occurs if the ruler is a child, imprisoned, incapable, or attending an activity outside of their realm.
She is regent while
she is the regent. No. We are a regent to her. She is the king, and we have become the regent. Right?
No, I think it's the other way around. We're off doing the tournament, and she's ruling in our stead.
No, it says, I began sharing power with Matilda. Is there a way to check this, chat? Kismet Nemesis says, Jack, you have this backwards. You're in a temporary regency due to being away from court. Keith is right. Oh, I see. Why does it say I began sharing power with Matilda?
Because we had power, and now we are sharing that power.
Oh, Matilda is the regent.
Right. We are extending our authority to Matilda while we are away.
Okay. Power sharing occurs when a ruler shares some authority with one of their vassals who becomes their diarch. The ruler who shares their power may set mandates for their diarch, while their diarch may use special borrowed powers. The scales of power measure whether the ruler or the diarch has the most authority.
So the way this used to work is when you were off doing an event, the game would just pretend that you were also fully functioning as the ruler during that time. And I guess now, no, you have a regent who's going to be acting in your stead.
Right. And in fact, the game will now tell us this in a tutorial, which is interesting. You now have a regent. A regency can occur for these reasons. In a regency, you can still do any action you could do normally. However, the regent gets special borrowed powers they can use on you or your vassal. You always have veto rights over these borrowed powers. Now let's have a look at your regency. Open the regency view. These are the scales of power. The further the scales favor your regent, they will have access to more borrowed powers, and ending the regency will be more difficult. You can directly swing the scales in your favor with the Swing the Scales button.
Okay, so 4 would be bad.
Yes, 4 would be bad. You can give your regent a mandate, which focuses their efforts in that area. You could, and this is cool. The way this UI is similar to the council UI is really neat. You can always change this mandate later based on your priorities. Our options are fill the coffers, swell the armies, or promote authority. If the conditions...
and they're categorizing people as either selfless or self-interested. Bruno, we could have guessed, is self-interested. Meanwhile, our mother is selfless.
Yeah, excellent. Excellent. She is, however, bad at it. But we are going to lose stress because the liege gets stress loss. It's interesting. Are we the liege? No.
We are the liege. Or, well, I guess we have a liege. We are her liege. So I assume that it means us.
Yeah. I think so. We are losing stress because she is taking on some of the duties. You can try and end it if the conditions are no longer true. I am traveling. I am perfectly capable of conducting my own affairs, and I can divest Matilda of her limited authority. Regencies are mostly a reactive affair. For now, keep an eye on the scales of power. When your regent uses one of their borrowed powers, you will know and can decide what to do about it. Interesting. I understand. I tell the game. We want her to...
I think fill those coffers.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. Okay.
I hate having no money in this game, and it is my
It
curse.
sucks. While we are here, let's go to the decisions page and search for a physician.
Sure. Yeah, that's a great idea. I'm actually going to run to the bathroom real quick, but I'll be right back.
All right, sounds good. I am also going to run to the bathroom. Chat, we will see you in a second. Goodbye. Hello, everybody. Franconian women.
Ooh, tell me about Franconian women.
Franconian women. I have seen the world and beheld many wonders in my travels, but never have I beheld such beauties as the ones I've seen in Worms.
No, Gerhard, that's not a woman.
Gerhard, that's a worm.
That is a bag full of worms dressed to look like a woman.
One particularly fascinating specimen has taken my eye as late, a peasant woman by the name of Amal Berger. A pretty little treasure, she is far too pleasing to my eye to spend her days slaving away in worms.
They were right. Worms is dangerous.
And they hate us here in Worms.
Yeah, they do.
Oh dear, currently in Worms. Shit. Options, my new paramour. She becomes my lover. I lose 33 stress because I'm lustful. Amal Berger von Rietberg will be recruited to the travel entourage. God, I love her.
This
in
is the
Worms.
second time that we're trying to pick up a random woman to join our entourage.
No. Meanwhile, I was midway through trying to search. This is truly the Crusader Kings experience, right? Is like you, the human player playing the game, are like, I need to find a doctor. Meanwhile, your stupid buffoon player character is like on a road trip through Worms, picking up beauties left and right.
Hey,
Jesus
it's not my
Christ.
fault I got bounteous loins.
Oh. All right. What is?
Hey, maybe she'd be good at being a court physician. What are her stats?
Okay. Well, so firstly, it's worth saying she does not like us.
No.
Because-
well, maybe if she was our paramour.
I don't think that this is how it works. She is chaste. We are lustful. She is impatient, and we are patient. We do have
Opposites attract. God, I know that I'm chaste, but this lustful count.
She hates that we speak High German.
But look at that. Look at those stats. There's some pretty good stats in there.
I cannot do it. I cannot do it. The power dynamics of Crusader Kings I am generally fine with. No, I say fine. I generally can work through the power dynamics and play here, but just rocking up to a peasant woman in Worms who doesn't like us and is chaste and being like a wooga hubba join my entourage.
To me, the scale of things that are bad to do in this game, to me, the one that always gets to me is, I fought a war 45 years ago, and all of the people that I didn't know were in my dungeon are starting to die.
Yeah, that one. The war stuff is wild because you so rapidly when you're fighting wars are just like, oh, the levy's looking pretty good. Time to reap my harvest of peasant men and send them to war. Undead Goat says, if she liked us. Yeah, if she liked us. But I do like the idea of showing up and being like, you will never guess what happens. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Tempting fruit twice in a row.
Tempting fruit twice in a row. Our road takes us through treacherous parts of Worms. God, and there's so many of them because they're so long. While I scan for any dangers ahead, a rustling bush grabs my attention. Could it be a wild animal? As I brace myself for impact, Natalia, our wife, jumps out of the bush instead, holding a plant. You scared me, Natalia. Anyway, let me see what you have here. Some kind of a fruit, I exclaim. Yes, it looks and smells so delicious. I wonder what it tastes like. Maybe I'll take just a little bite, she says. Options. Hold on, what if it's poisonous? Possible outcomes. A rash appears where the plant touched. You gain unknown plant rash for 5 years. Natalia gains unknown plant rash for 5 years. Tiny penalty for health, but we show up at the party with a plant rash. Or we just learn what the plant is,
Right. I would argue we should get 100 learning lifestyle experience regardless.
However, Yeah, that's true, because we have learned. She gains unknown plant sickness. Or she gains unknown plant bliss.
Wow.
I think we should both eat it, right?
Yeah, I think it would be unfair.
Okay, we got a ration. It's not really going our way. Yep. Okay. But we are getting pretty close. You know, we've crossed the Worms territory.
Yeah.
But I would like to have a doctor, please. Please. Ah, fuck.
Ooh, this is going crazy.
Oh, man. Okay. Wow.
Okay. Well, no, never mind.
Okay, we are in it. The Holy Keith.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, it's him.
What if we just kill him?
Then his heir would be king, and we would still be the count.
And his heir is he doesn't have one.
Wait, well, it would be his uncle or something.
Count Ulrich of Pula. And Count Ulrich's heir would be
Popo, the teeniest boy.
So Keith. J.H. Cruncher in the chat says it's an elected position. It is an elected position, you're right. But right now...
It won't be when I get a hold of it.
The potential, right? If we just kill 2 men and then Popo von Weimar...
It would definitely throw the Holy Roman Empire into disarray. I don't know if we could benefit from that disarray.
Right, but it would be entertaining, wouldn't it?
Sure would.
Have you seen Taskmaster, Keith?
Oh my God, I love it.
Have you
seen
seen
watching
the great
it for years.
season with James Acaster?
Yes. Yeah.
There is a season which has comedian James Acaster on, and there's a bit in this season which I think about all the fucking time. In part because of how it applies to my job, where James Acaster has got himself stuck in a situation of his own making, an awful situation of his own making. And Greg, the host of the show, asks him, how did you feel in that moment when you realized you got yourself into this situation? It was all your fault. And James says, well, I was really mad, but then I thought, this will be really funny on television.
Yeah.
And I feel this way about what if we accidentally completely fuck up the Holy Roman Empire, right? Which is like, this is going to fuck this up in a way that might be really funny on television.
It is the classic, I have one half of a plan. Step 1, kill the king. Step 2...
Question mark.
Yeah.
A piece of context here that might be useful if you are new to Crusader Kings is that the Holy Roman Empire was a historical empire that ran for a very long time and then collapsed. And in Crusader Kings sort of lore, the HRE is a deeply complicated, extremely delicate hotbed of interreactions, to the point where
it's like a little mini World War I generator.
Yeah, at all times. This is the first time Keith and I have ever played HRE games.
Yes.
In part because there are other more interesting games to play, but also in part because you're signing up for
a little nightmare. Yeah.
I've
always enjoyed just watching whatever the fuck is going on in the Holy Roman Empire, and being like, haha, glad I'm not there.
Yeah, exactly. And so when we signed up for something when we decided to play in the HRE, and we are also potentially at the we are at the short end, or rather, we are at the end of an extremely long, extremely complicated spear.
Yeah.
And at the other end of it is Baby Popo. So, I mean, you know, it is very unlikely that we could kill the king. Well, actually, this is way more
than I thought.
Than I thought it would be. All right. Let's look through the tournament stuff first.
Yeah. Mostly
But
legible in the chat says there's going to be a junior Taskmaster with Rose Matafeo as Taskmaster and Mike Wozniak as assistant. This is the first I'm hearing of that. I don't know what junior Taskmaster means. Is it for children? Is it for young comedians? Is it just the show is a baby show and it's a Taskmaster 2 and they're going to have their own?
I have to imagine
I'm a
for children. But
huge fan of Mike Wozniak. I love him. I was
God,
so glad when he showed up as a contestant on the show.
this is incredible to me because I watched and enjoyed that season a lot.
Yeah.
And I love you very much. And I never put together until this moment that you and Mike Wozniak are birds of a feather.
Huh. Are we birds of a feather?
I think Mike Wozniak is an extremely Keith character.
Do you know what I know him from?
No.
He is a regular on a podcast called the Beef and Dairy Network.
Oh, I do know the Beef and Dairy Network, but I didn't know that he was part of it.
Good. Yeah, he is a guest. I would say that he is like a featured player. He's only on every third episode playing a character. Maybe a little less often than that, but he's constantly showing up and being very, very, very funny on that show. Love that show. It's really good. Can't recommend it enough.
That's great. I don't think we should rule out making Popo. Well, hold on. Also really high. Also really high.
Huh.
That's interesting.
So you're saying sort of cut out the middleman. By cut out the middleman, kill the person in between the king and Popo.
No, I mean kill the king. Kill the king and then kill the heir. So then it's Popo. Oh, Keith, at the very least, this is going to make the tournament go completely off the rails.
Yes. Yeah. Imagine if some random guy starts being the tournament organizer halfway through because the king was assassinated.
Well, and they're also like terrified because they're like, there's a murderer around. Double Forte says, Jack, cast your eyes to that intent box down there. Oh. Keith, I happen to think that the Crusader Kings games designers might have thought ahead to what does it mean when you go to the same city as the king.
Let's click that box.
Ah, okay.
Murder.
Right.
Right there, just one of them.
Okay. I have arrived at the site of the tournament here in Wetzlar. Though not, this is because he couldn't fall in love with that woman in Worms.
Yeah.
He has gotten angry about this.
Do you know what's so good about Crusader Kings 3?
Everything.
This
game is incredible.
I don't know necessarily that it's a better game than Crusader Kings 2. I think it's a lot more fun because I think there's one key difference at the heart of Crusader Kings 3. Because I think both games are asking the question, Crusader Kings 2 and 3, how much can one sort of ruler affect the world around them? King or duke or count, like how much change can you put onto this sort of complex network of countries? Crusader Kings 2, I think, says actually not very much. It's very complicated and difficult to do even one thing, and it takes a long time. Crusader Kings 3 takes, I think, an equally legitimate approach and says, actually, if you rule over like 500 square miles of land or more, you have a pretty big effect on the world.
Yes, absolutely. Which is
sometimes very quickly.
And it also, I think you're right? In that Crusader King, trying to do something big in Crusader Kings 2 is a real effort. And there is still stuff in this, how do I put this? There are things that are still very effortful to do in Crusader Kings 3, but the scale that they are is immense. You know, if, for example, we were like, I want to make it so that a coven of matriarchal witches replaces the papacy. You can do that, but it will be it will be a lot of work. It will
And
be
a lot of
really
money.
tricky to do. Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas something like, what if Gerhardt tries to destabilize the Holy Roman Empire by killing two of them is more plausible. Also, something interesting about Crusader Kings is that it is much easier to put the cat among the pigeons for non-personal gain than it is for personal gain. For example, if we wanted to kill the Emperor and his heir and wangle it such that now Gerhardt was in charge, that's really fucking difficult.
Yes.
But if we just say, you know what? Let's see what happens if the Holy Roman Empire starts collapsing, with no expectation that we end up on top, that's
Right.
much easier to do.
God, it was so easy the one time I killed 10 popes in a row. It was almost effortless. But to have done that in a way that made someone that I wanted to be Pope the Pope, that is very... I don't know if I could have done it.
Almost effortless. What?
Well, it turns out cardinals are so down for murdering the Pope.
God.
They want to kill the Pope so bad.
What's that tweet that's like stealing from Target is physically effortless?
I don't know, but it's true.
There's a tweet that's like, I can't remember what it is. Someone in chat will know this tweet and will be able to quote it better. But someone describes stealing from a big box store as like, maybe it's morally effortless, physically complicated. I can't remember. It's a very good tweet. Though not all the revelers have yet arrived, throngs of people wander through the colorful surroundings, all looking forward to the forthcoming displays of skill and prowess. There is no time to lose. I must begin preparing. I must be a victor at absolutely any costs. Nora Penefrin in chat says, one of God's little tests? Yes, describe the tweet. Yes, it's the one of God's little tests tweet. God. Yes, it's a review of some place online. I don't know what it's a review of, and the review is nice, sterile atmosphere, hypnotically Caucasian. The chocolate milk is strikingly overpriced and at the same time very easy to steal. Another of God's little tests.
The test is if you're cool, you will steal the milk.
Which is
If
what
you
I thought
choose
of.
to not steal the milk, you failed the test.
Yes. It's Whole Foods. This is
Whole
what
Foods,
I
okay.
thought of first when you described killing 4 popes in a row as almost effortless. Okay, all right.
God is giving me a little test. Can I kill 10 popes?
Okay, chat, I just have to very quickly make a small bowl of crisps because I've suddenly felt a pang of hunger, and we have some very complicated decisions to make. I'll be back
Yes.
in literally 1 second.
Okay. I mean, I'll say this about killing the Pope. If you can immediately get 4 cardinals to agree to help you kill the Pope, who was just one of those cardinals, God would want you to do that. I believe that that's true. I think that you should be legally allowed to tempt cardinals into killing the Pope up until they won't accept. They say, no, we don't kill popes. We don't want to kill. Because any pope that a cardinal would want to kill, or any cardinal that would kill a pope, don't belong there.
I'm back. Now,
Hi. I was say again.
Chad has pointed out that Popo is unlikely to be the successor. Because the heir to the Holy Roman Empire is elected.
Right.
So what we're seeing here is that Ulrich's heir is Popo, his son.
Right.
What will happen when we kill Ulrich is that there will immediately be an election.
To not have a baby on the throne.
To they won't know who the possible new heir is.
Right. But Ulrich will take over for Heinrich.
Yes.
Okay. I think it's worth playing that out.
Seeing what happens. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I mean, if we can get things a little higher up, then I mean, 45% is like not that bad, but I would like to see that number go a little higher. Well, we haven't changed our intent yet, so let's see what happens there.
And our options here are recreation, focused on reducing stress, triumph, win, recruit, get new interesting knights, murder, end the life of your target, seduce, and befriend.
Ooh, the opposite of murder.
Oh my god, wait, I have to see the poses.
It was that big. I'm telling you.
Zams in the chat asks, can we just kidnap Popo? Kidnapping people is quite difficult, but Popo might be here.
Sure. Yeah, the chances that Papa's here are pretty high.
Popo is not here yet.
No. We are a month and a half early.
Because we powered through worms. Okay.
Right.
So let's say we want to kill...
Ooh, I wish it let us search.
But I can scroll here, interestingly.
Huh.
Nope.
Did you misclick?
I thought that what I did here was click Kaiser Heinrich, and I thought that that would make, you know.
Oh, sure. Oh, let's see. I thought maybe it was in some order.
What order is this in?
Yeah, I genuinely don't know.
Oh, England's here.
Oh.
Oh, no, that's France. Sorry. I mean, it's...
Okay. People are saying that the king might not be here yet, but I don't know if it matters for this list because this is like our target for the thing. So I think it would probably populate with people who are going to be here. Maybe you can only do knights, people who are going to fight. No? Okay.
Interesting. Now, I will say this. If we take this guy's Spymaster out...
Yeah. Then he would have to replace the Spymaster. Well, let's see. What is this guy's stats? Because maybe he's got a bad Spymaster right now. Yeah, he does. So he should actually not.
So maybe we don't kill him right now.
Yeah.
We don't have an intent right now. You know, maybe we wait for the king to arrive, and then either we set a murder intent here, or we just kill him the old-fashioned way. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. So for now, triumph.
Well, for now, yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
We will currently not qualify. The favored contestant is Count Ruprecht of Nassau. This is very cool. All right, I'm going to set the speed to slowest and unpause. What do we do?
Tourney grounds.
The knights stand
watch your
assembled
opponents and learn their weakness.
for the day's training. Their attendants laden with kit, Agnes and myself stand before it all. Knights, what you do not know, ask humbly to be taught, urges Agnes. Together we represent the Count. Let us together prepare for our glories. She turns to me, eyes gleaming. Command us. Okay, and our options
Thanks, Mom.
Is this our mom?
I think so. Oh, steward and knight.
Yeah, this is just our steward.
Okay.
So we could watch our opponents, and the terror in the plains gains 25 glory. The knights could play,
Okay.
or they could work hard and gain the trait Hastiluda. Oh, basically people who have partaken in the games.
I'm pretty agnostic on these.
Let's
I
learn
like
their
the idea of
weaknesses.
learning the weaknesses.
Okay, we're currently guaranteed to qualify. Oh, wow. So we could, like... We have sort of locked in our thing that we're doing.
Oh, okay. And what is our threshold is 20. What are we at now? Oh, it doesn't matter. We're guaranteed. Oh, we have 23. Okay, great. Has the favorite changed now that people have taken actions? No.
Nope.
Okay.
Still.
What is that
Rubric.
guy's prowess?
7. Weirdly.
Not that good. Oh, that's his
Curious.
martial. His prowess is even lower. It's 6.
Oh, yeah. Why is he favored?
PR, good PR.
Yeah, good PR. All right, now we can do something else. Meet the other contestants or sabotage them.
That sounds fun.
Hang out. Can we murder the king yet? Ah, look, more people have showed up. Interesting.
It does seem like the dukes were at the top of this list. So this might be in order of importance, and so the count might not be here. I know there's 2. It goes duke, count, duke, but sometimes counts are more important than dukes if they have a lot of counties.
I'll be surprised if Kaslav doesn't sweep the floor with the other contestants, I hear as I walk around the camp. A group of visitors are eating around a pot, and I spot the very Count Kaslav sitting with them. You exaggerate, my friend, he says as he runs a hand through his hair. I lock eyes with him and give him a subtle nod. If you'll excuse me, he mutters, getting up. Is there something the Lord wants to discuss?
I think that's a good bet. That's a good gamble. Either our score increases moderately and Kozlov's score decreases greatly, or he's insulted and doesn't like us for a little bit. Who cares?
Yeah. Oh,
Nice.
excellent.
Very nice.
Lovely. Where is he on this list? I think I don't think he's really anybody, which is sad, but...
You aren't really anybody, Koslov.
You aren't really anybody, Kaslav. Okay, we qualified for the melee and gained 75 prestige. A clear divide
Nice.
has been drawn between the two teams who stand across from each other, taunting as they prepare their equipment and whisper plans. Wait, are we favored to win?
Wow, we're the favorite contestant.
Your foot contest aptitude is terrible. Okay, well, look. Horses are readied in the background. It'll be a brutal day's work. My ears prick up as my name is mentioned, drifting across the gentle breeze. That could be a good sign or a bad one.
And by the way, it says us, not Bruno.
Oh my god. What's this prize? It will likely give a famed artifact.
The artifact stuff is fun.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of it, but yeah, we do seem to be fighting right now.
Cool.
Although this is a melee, so like our whole crew is here.
Oh, maybe it's like our team is why we're favored. But we picked our team. We did a good job for, we have limited resources as a count, but we did an okay job.
I vowed to myself I would win a contest in this tournament, and I can't help but consider a less fair approach to securing the prize of the melee competition. I'm sure my opponents would do the same, if they only had the idea. Who knows? Maybe they already have. Jurgen is the threat. I can't brook Folmar winning. Norbert must be pacified, and this is no way to win. Now, Folmar...
I'm constantly saying Norbert must be pacified.
Norbert must be pacified. Folmar is... So, Rudolf is the next threat. But Folmar is the closest. There's a 50% chance our sabotage is successful, and Folmar goes downhill. There's a 16% chance the sabotage is detected, and we become known as a known saboteur. And Heinrich might disqualify us. Or there's a 33% chance nothing happens. Or we just say, this is no way to win, and we don't try and do any bullshit.
Are the outcomes the same for all three, or is there one that has the highest? Okay,
Folmar
so definitely Folmar. I don't know. That's risky. That's really risky.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not against it, but the consequences are very severe.
Although it is worth saying that there's actually an 83% chance of quote-unquote success. There's a 50% chance of success and a 33% chance of nothing happening. It's only a 16% chance of problems. No, I don't want to risk it.
Yeah. Crusader Kings does something weird to your brain where a 16% chance of being found out for cheating is bad, but a 50% chance of killing a king is good.
Mm-hmm. Exhausted, I stagger into the austere comforts of a refuge. All around me are competitors from both sides, armor rent and twisted, swords blunted and chipped. Squires and servants scurry around, helping their chargers. I spy a few of my teammates restoring themselves. They greet me wearily as I slump down beside them, weary and aching. Watching from my shady position, I can see a resourceful market seller readying some hastily assembled food and drink to sell to the shattered fighters. Jurgen and Ulrich watch the seller with some hope, while Folmar, our foe, cheerily mumbles something about a speech. I can beckon the seller over and spend money, lose some stress, and our team score will increase or will greatly increase, or I can increase my score's abilities by giving them a good speech, and there's a chance that I might raise my stress, or nothing will happen.
But our score does still increase. What happens for the gather round you lot? What are the outcomes there? Team score increases, and we get wit, or we get stress. I'm fine with any of these. 50 gold is a lot. We only have 64 gold, and we do not have a lot of velocity on our income.
Let's give them a speech.
Yeah.
But first, let's see if we can kill the Kaiser. No, not yet.
Seems
Okay.
like no.
Yes. Okay.
Nice.
Nice. Is there a way to see our total score? No, I don't think so yet.
On that last page, I think on the overview page, I think we can.
Oh, where?
Like the page that has the tavern and the village.
Oh, sure. Amidst the blood and thunder of the melee, it is almost impossible to keep your bearings. The mass of competitors heave and sway, an uncontrollable pile of humanity. Woe betide anyone who should stand in its way. Of course, an unfortunate peasant need only move aside with haste to avoid the brawl. The issue is a little more pronounced, I consider, when the victim is a building. The melee has spilled over into Wetzlar proper, and even now I can see contestants from both sides ripping off pieces of building facade to use as rudimentary shields or even missiles. I fancy I can even hear the crackling of flames in the middle distance.
Oh my god. Please stay on the field.
Enough. Truce. There's a chance that the melee ceases. There's a chance that nobody listens and our score decreases and we lose prestige. That's fine. We can afford that. And there's also a chance that Wetzlar has one of its villages destroyed and we gain 25 stress because we are arrogant. And Wetzlar is destroyed and we gain so much stress. Okay. Okay. Score just decreases slightly. You spent 70 prestige. Not the best.
We went from 52 to 50, so not a big deal.
Yeah. The shadows loom long as the battle wears on, the fray shrinking as contestants limp away. Wheeling my horse, I think back to what has transpired so far, such as when I lost my temper and beat another competitor into a bloody pulp. Events are clearly coming to a head as tired battle lines are drawn up once more. The opportunity to stamp my mark on this contest is now. I will win a soldier's victory. There is a 60% chance our score decreases greatly. With me to victory, as, we will either increase or decrease greatly. Draw them in. Not very likely. 40% chance that the score increases greatly, or we just ride it out.
I think that one that gives us the best chance is the best.
This one.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Did we just die?
I don't think so. As stratagems go, it was hardly my finest. Though I wouldn't describe our plight as utterly disastrous, the enemy team punching through our center and beginning to hare away towards our unprotected camp could yet sound the death knell for our chances. It is almost impossible to call which side is closest to prevailing. There is still all to play for. I can see the heralds begin to make their way onto the field to signal the conclusion of the events. The end draws near, and you can see that
nothing happened.
No, this was. I think it goes badly for us. Yes, we have dropped to this position.
Oh, okay.
The current winner is Count Albert III. Oh, Count Berthold II, the Count of Dice, is playing. Come on,
Of
lads.
course, the Count of Dice is doing well on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Get it?
We are currently not qualified for the duel. Trumpet sound, the crowd clamors. After many trials, some tribulations, and above all else, some truly spirited competition, we have our winners. Duke Dado's team beat Duke Rudolph's in the contest. Okay. Fine, Duke Dado wins.
Fine, Dado.
56 days until...
That's fine. There's still more contests to go, right?
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Ooh, it's dropped. I wonder if it's because we've lost 100 prestige since the last time we checked.
Yeah. And only 2 potential agents, Count Ulrich, the heir, and Count Ugo. All right, look, lads. We need to...
Imagine if you had a job where the person who wants your job is essentially always willing to go along with a murder plot.
Yes. Basically always.
That would be, I think, not ideal.
No. We should train our knights, right?
Yeah. Ooh, squires laugh and joke while they polish helms and mail.
Among them, we spot Guillaume, Count Eustache's counselor. His skills have been greatly praised, and his name resonates as one of the possible victors. I could convince him to join our own council.
Let's check the stats of this, because sometimes they are a little bit loose with who they say is so great. I mean, would be a decent diplomat.
Yes, but not a super... Well, let's see. Hold on. Who's this? This is Guillaume. Oh, come on. But I think Count Eustache would be the one playing, not Guillaume, right?
Right. Oh, I thought that's who you checked.
Oh, no, we are thinking of hiring Guillaume.
Right, let's can we not click on Guillaume's thing to...
Oh, yeah. This is the guy I checked, and he's the one who's an all right diplomat.
Yeah.
Hmm. A skillful man deserves a skillful liege. Oh, we could just intimidate him into joining us.
Sure.
This is going to go well.
Or I do know. Oh, okay. Never mind. Because if we did nothing, our score would increase. If we just said forget about it.
Oh, huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've still got 47-ish days, so, you know.
He agree, by the way?
He did agree, yes. He is now
Okay.
working for us. We will likely not qualify. Ugh.
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of activity. That took 2 weeks to do.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. We've got something we can do.
Where do you want to go?
Tent camp? What's the tent camp? Is that hanging out with the soldiers and stuff?
Yeah, and potentially sabotage others, but we might be able to get some qualification stuff there. I want to see if we can kill the king real quick.
Staying king.
Knights mime the acts of war and friendly rivals swagger, while interpreters laugh through their work. You Swabians have your skills, concedes Count Albert of Namur, but who among you has spurred into an enemy line, heedless to all weapons, your charger trampling, your lance striking home? Try my warhorse. Let's see if you can unhorse even the worst French rider. My people don't employ the tack needed to ride with such a heavy lance into battle. This isn't our way. Still, can I suffer such a boast to stand? We can try, which will not go well. We can have Bruno try, and Bruno is as likely to fail as he is to succeed.
Yeah.
We could get a knight, but we would hate it because we're arrogant. Or Count Albert doesn't like us, but we gain loyal to martial traditions for 20 years.
And what does that do for us?
It means that mercenaries of our culture are cheaper. And
same culture opinion +5.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's got to be hard enough or flipping the coin on Bruno.
Bruno's so great. I don't want finest knight humiliated.
You're right. That is rough. That's rough.
We Swabians strike hard enough. Oh, come on. God, we gotta qualify. We gotta send a terror of the plains or whatever against them.
Maybe there'll be one last thing before the time runs out.
To help us, yeah. Oh, look, Siegfried of Worms is now on top. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Let's get that,
These women are chasing birds.
Okay.
This is excellent entertainment. Lose stress because we're patient. Double or nothing, go again. We do that. Oh, we gain 26 stress because we're patient. But our score does increase slightly.
We're critical. That would make us critical on stress.
Having such a bad time at the... Well, we've got to. Yes, qualifying. But at what cost?
Hey, you know, our stress only increases our marshal's efficacy. Or Bruno's efficacy.
Is that true?
Yeah, that was one of the things. Yeah, the scoundrel.
Oh, wow.
Oh, but he's not ranked high enough, actually, I think, for that to go into effect.
Oh, yes. He would need to be a higher rank. This is you. Contestants march onto the field. Oh, wait. We are fighting, I think. I think we're fighting, not Bruno.
I think it's both. I think that everybody's dueling. Or not everybody, but I think that we and Bruno are part of this.
Do you think? I think these are the only people who qualified. Sven, Sigrid, 2 Ulrichs, Jan, Wolfgang, and me.
Maybe.
Okay. Contestants march onto the field, taking their places around the sparring quad as the herald announces the contest's commencement. The squared-off ring is... This is going to be a fucking disaster. The squared-off ring is being looked over in the background, rattled and shaken to ensure no give should a contestant crash into it. The duel qualifiers have come to an end, and it's clear who will be put forward for the quarterfinals as it stands. The varied pitches and volumes of the crowd's cheers leave no question as to the favourites. For my first bout, I've been paired against my fellow contestant, Count Conrad of Brno. Okay, hold on. Double Forte in the chat says, yes, it's always you. Now, here's the thing. There are lots of cool mechanics to make really sick knights, like Bruno, the Terror of the Plains. Why can't I have Bruno fight in my stead as my champion?
I agree.
My options here are, I am ready, and I have a bet to place. Now...
Well, what are our odds here? I don't...
What are our odds?
Because Double Forte says, oh no, our chances, but some guy on says it might be safe to bet on this.
Oh, and Double Forte says you can appoint him as your champion, but right now he's just an accoladed knight. Interesting.
Oh, okay. So we'll know that for next time.
Okay. I mean, we should make a bet here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, right. We're not betting for this individual. Oh, no. Keith, we've backed ourselves into a corner.
We'll put $5 on ourselves, yeah.
Okay. Amazing. Okay, lately it feels as if I'm being constantly distracted by lascivious thoughts and erotic fantasies. I'm thinking of that girl from Worms. With all the hardships of my everyday life, it is all too easy to lose myself in daydreams and forget about reality. Hermit Queen in the chat says, too horny to joust. These desires are clearly interfering with my life, but what should I do about them? A trip to the brothel will bring relief. I gain the trait rakish. I lose stress. Interesting.
But what about this new view of God?
I convert to Nestorianism.
Oh, that's bad.
Is it? Why?
Well, because the rest of our county will all be Catholics, and everyone surrounding us will all be Catholics, including the Holy Roman Emperor.
Okay. Oh, I will bite my lip and try and stay focused. We gotta go to the brothel.
I believe we must become rakish.
Coughing some dirt away from my eyes, I steady myself as the hoots and hollers of the crowd rain down around me. Conrad is a little way away, the pair of us having disengaged briefly to catch our respective breaths. The baying of the spectators quietens a bit as we begin to circle each other slowly. One wrong move could end this fight in an instant. Conrad's eyes narrow almost imperceptibly. As we circle, I notice a small puff of dust being thrown up under Conrad's right foot every time he takes a step. It's almost like Conrad is limping slightly.
I like that the duel is about to start, and you go, hold on. I have to place a bet and one other thing.
Okay, there's a 69% chance his leg is injured, and a 30% chance he's bluffing, or our score decreases slightly. So I think we should take this risk.
We've got to do it. Yeah, we've got to do it. God, that was a lose-lose.
He was bluffing. Fuck.
He was bluffing, but knowing he was bluffing still made us lose.
No, we selected...
No, I know, but had we been correct and chosen that he was bluffing, our score still would have decreased. Not as drastically, but still.
A screeching chorus of metal on metal rings out as two blades scrape down each other's lengths, sparks glittering as they fall to the ground. I look for advantages, thinking back to when I tried identifying my opponent's weaknesses earlier. I am losing this fight, and by a distance. I need to do something soon. We advance upon each other one more. We are both battered, tired, and there can only be one winner. I must remember my training. 26% chance the score increases, 56% chance the score decreases. What? Are you scared? Also doesn't look good. One final bluff might decide this. 37% chance the score increases moderately, 37% chance the score decreases moderately. Come then, let us fight. 67% chance the score decreases slightly. It's got to be
Can I
this
see
final
2 and
bluff.
3 again? 37 versus... Yeah, it's got to be one final bluff, yeah. Oh, wow. We are rolling really bad. Terrible rolls.
My overhand
Confounded.
swing is deflected. Neither of us can find an opening. Conrad changes guard, but the last catches my blade awkwardly, breaking my grip and knocking me into the dirt. The judges call an end. I have lost. Confounded. Shit.
I didn't want to win anyway. I just came here to kill the king.
Count Jan, Count Conrad, Count Ulrich, and Wolfgang have reached the semifinals. An interesting round. Oh, no. Gross.
We really need to find a court physician.
Oh, shit. Fuck. Okay.
It's okay.
Ulrich is through to the final.
Hey, look, if the worst thing that happens to us in our life is getting syphilis,
Oh. We can't even kill the king.
we can't even kill the king.
Okay, it's Ulrich versus Wolfgang.
Hey, chat, just imagine how cool it would have been if we had won, though.
Yeah. This is a bug. It's talking about us fighting, but Ulrich wins the contest. I think he was the favorite. No. Yes, I think he was the favorite. Count Ulrich wins. I must put in more effort next time, I think to myself.
Well, next time we'll just appropriately appoint our champion, which is what we meant to do.
Right. Wife's pregnant. But basically everyone had a great time, as I understand it.
Yeah, I think a tournament is a great way to spend 3 months.
Yeah. We didn't actually win anything, but our soldiers got that stat.
That is true. And you know, the worst thing that happens when you lose a tournament is that you have a 3-month, sort of violence-oriented vacation, which is exactly what people in the year 1100 want.
We're really stoked about. Yeah, so now we have to go home? Home to... Where is our home? I have lost it. Oh, we're up. Here we are. We're on our way. The journey back.
Oh, we still have bad travel omens, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I've noticed that Elizabeth avoids me more than usual. She always sits at the opposite end of the table when we're invited to a feast and constantly refuses my company while camping.
I just saw how the last sentence of this.
We may not have the best of relationships, but that attitude is starting to tire me, especially when I overhear her defaming me. Gerhard is an obnoxious fopdoodle. I'd be a way better count than him. This kind of stuff always happens in Rüsselsheim. Mayor Farabert is just out here. Look at me shaking my head like I'm not a fopdoodle.
I'm not a fopdoodle. I'm treating me like I'm some sort of popinjay.
She hates us, but mostly for sex reasons. Because we're lustful, she's chaste, we have an unknown plant rash, we're rakish, and we have the lover's box. Okay. Option 1 is we fight our knight, Elizabeth, and the outcome that I anticipate happens. Option 2 is Hugo scolds Elizabeth, but we gain stress because we're arrogant. Option 3 is she leaves our court and we grow closer to forming a rivalry with her. We basically just kick her out. Option 4, we brush it off, losing prestige and gaining stress because we are arrogant. Lacking sanity.
We absolutely cannot lose a fight to her. That would be devastating.
Yes. We could maybe do this because we can afford the stress cost, right?
Which of the two gives us the least stress?
This gives us 52 stress and we lose 75 prestige, and this gives us 52 stress and she loses 15 opinion of us.
I think that one's fine.
Yeah, me too.
We will have to lower our stress some other way, though, because
it ain't looking good.
No.
Okay, we're very nearly back. And when we get back, I think we should play for like 15 min more. But we should figure out what our next, move is. Because I think we've been very, and rightly so, very tournament focused.
Right.
But
that's the new thing,
Yeah, we are finally home. And we can relax. We have gained 3 trait experience in horse. Which is
nice. It's always good to have a little bit more horse.
And Mathilde got a bunch of extra of prestige because she was the regent for a bit. Now, we could formally and publicly pledge allegiance to my liege, strengthening trust in the legitimacy of both our positions. Now, we do want to kill him, so...
Right.
And that would involve us traveling to his court, and we would get stressed. We're not going to do that.
No, not going to do that.
We can petition the liege to help resolve the challenges I face. Oh, in his court. You can see his various people.
Very austere court here.
Oh, yeah. We would have to travel there.
Right.
No, which we will not be doing. Yeah, we just got home. We just got home. And we could create a new family branch, which, no.
Eventually.
But not now. Now, Keith, I am looking at the barony of Freiburg with some interest. Because it is self-contained.
Well, it'll go well with my Duchy of Hamburg.
It is self-contained. You happy about your Hamburg, Freiburg?
Yeah.
And who wouldn't be?
Can I tell you, it was 80% of the way through the sentence that I remember that Hamburg is a real place in Germany.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It is. It's where they're from.
Yeah, Freiburg and Hamburg.
Okay, so an option here is that, like, this guy is his own boss, Nobody's going to get mad if we take this guy's thing, because, I mean, he does have 18... We have 432 soldiers, and he has 1,885, so that's not super duper.
And which one of those is bigger? Sorry, I can't remember. Which one of those?
1,000 is a little bit bigger than 400, I believe, as I understand it.
Yeah.
So that's maybe interesting.
Something to... Can we pin this guy?
Pin this guy? Yeah, totally. He thinks we're fine, but his wife fucking hates us.
Probably the pox.
It probably is the pox. Why does his wife hate us so much? It's mostly the pox, honestly.
Different culture. That was the big one.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. What is in the...
Did we pin him? We did? Okay, great.
Yeah. I want to see the Duchy of Alsace. So it's Strasbourg, it's Colmar, it's Sundgau, and it's this massive one. So really our only option if we want to proceed is Sundgau, because we can't beat this guy right now. And you want to buy Colmar, right?
Well, it's more that you don't have to have all of the pieces to become the Duke.
Right.
You just need a plurality of them. So, like, you could have 2 of the 3, and then you buy the title, and
while we
Upper
don't get
Lorraine
Colmar,
Duke would keep Colmar he would continue to be the Count, hold the title of Count, and basically it would be this weird thing where, like, technically we were the liege of this space, but we're actually both dukes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so here's my proposal. We marry our brothers to people who can secure us military alliances, and then we go to war for Sundgau. Because this guy's military, this whole guy's military is 1,245 soldiers, which
And
is
we're Swabian.
basically nothing. And we're Swabian. Swabian.
Yeah.
Yes, and he's Swabian. We're Swabians.
Yeah.
So I think brother marriage is probably step one.
I don't think they let you do that in this game.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean. We could also construct... we don't have the money to construct new holdings. They are very expensive.
Yeah.
But that would be a way to start getting more... Because the problem right now, right, is that the part of the way you get levies is by having developed holdings, which we don't really have right now.
Correct.
But we have 3 siblings. Hugo, Albrecht, and Bruno, the knight. Let's start with Bruno. He's
Let's start
inspired by
with Bruno.
wanderlust. He wants to see the world. How nice.
Well, I'm glad that we just took him on a very nice vacation.
Yes, and we will. He is... What's this fella's sexuality? Where do I see it? I always forget.
What do you... it's right next to... He's bisexual.
Where?
Right next to Vindictive
No,
Zealot.
that's heterosexual.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it's blurry on my thing.
Oh, sure, okay. But really, I'm here for a big alliance. There's a potential alliance with the chiefdom of Yamtaland.
Okay.
Okay, right, let's see.
You know what we could do is actually go to Swabia and go to the duchy's page, and there's a tab that lets you see his eligible opposite of liege, whatever that is. The eligible members of his court.
Go to Swabia.
Yeah.
Why do you want to marry him to a Swabian?
I thought that we wanted to ally ourselves with them so that we could fight a war against one of the... Oh, I see what you mean. You don't want to ally with this person. You want to fight them to take Undgau.
Undgau, yeah.
Okay. I misunderstood. I thought you were like, let's ally ourselves with these big guys who aren't that strong but could help us fight
The other guy. No.
other
I'm
guy. Okay,
coming at
I
it
see.
from the other direction.
Okay.
So, like, for example, if we say Bruno, do you
Yeah.
want to marry, for example, this will give us a potential alliance of 15,000. Whoa, holy shit, 1,500 men.
Yeah.
Alliance power. Yes, this is.
But where are they? Are they too far? Because they have to be close.
They are in Sweden.
Okay, it's like not the worst, but
It's pretty fucking far.
it's pretty far.
They'd have to sail all the way down here.
Yeah, that's a little bit far.
Yeah.
That's like 1,500 miles.
It is quite far. Okay, so let's go. Bruno, marry, alliance power. What's this alliance power like? 1,400. And he's just over there.
Just over there. That's just a hop, skip, and a jump.
He is 81.
He's 81, which isn't ideal.
Which is not super.
And Bruno isn't gay.
Yes, and Bruno isn't gay. She is Norwegian. I'm not going to marry you to the 7-year-old Guy Divrea.
Well, we wouldn't actually get married for another 10 years. I guess that's part of the problem.
I think that is part of the problem, yes.
Yeah.
It sucks, right? Because I do want the soldiers.
The question that Crusader Kings makes you ask yourself is, will
How
I marry
badly-
my 17-year-old straight brother to an 81-year-old pervert for points?
Okay, hear me out. What about Renaud d'Ivray?
Sorry, say again. What about who?
What about Renaud d'Ivray, who could give us an alliance of 1,000 men
that's not that bad.
and is here?
Right. Okay. How far? Show me where that is.
He is here.
Oh, okay, that's very
and
close.
We are
very
there.
close. Okay, yeah.
And we're going to stack alliances.
Right. We are going to say this is just one.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Renaud. Now, what will a matrilineal marriage do here? Nothing.
Nothing.
So whose heir will these children be? Oh, there won't be any children.
Right.
Right.
But whose court will they go? Oh, recipient. We're a sender here. We don't want to be a sender.
Where does it say that?
We're the little boxes next to.
No, because we're sending the offer of marriage. And
We're sending the offer, not the brother.
No. We are not. We are not sending the brother, and he
This
is
is
not
a game where you
receiving
can
the
send
brother.
your brother. So
Yeah.
Whose
Okay.
court will they be in? That's the question. I don't know.
Probably
I don't know the answer to
ours
that.
because he's working for us. Okay, the next thing I want to do is.
to
Okay,
the charming Gerhard.
that's one way of putting it. Okay.
He hasn't seen us.
No, he hasn't seen us. We are a rake, and we have the lover's pox,
And we have a plant rash.
and we do have a plant rash. Now it's time for Albrecht to get married. Albrecht, I want you to marry. It's a bunch of Norwegians. It's the old man. God, we're just marrying all our brothers to men that they have no
God.
sexual interest in whatsoever.
Please, you gotta. Okay, I've called you all here, my three brothers, to ask you something very important, or to, I guess, to tell you. You
Brothers
have to be my brothers three. You all have to marry men. Sorry.
Brothers 3, it is simply, it is for the, I mean, like, historically, I feel like people marrying people with no romantic or sexual interest whatsoever for the sake of weird societal position, that has happened
Yeah.
forever. But it is
Yeah.
very funny when we're just going through our brothers being like, do you want to marry him? All right.
And that is formed as a question, as a formality. That is not. I'm not
Who wants
technically
to marry
asking.
the old man? Okay, I don't understand that. That's fine. Prince Bishop Willem has invited me to a hunt in Groningen. Okay, I'm pausing. This guy should probably marry Count Richard, right?
Oh, just to humor me.
Yes.
Let's find the first woman of age
Okay.
on this list.
We've
far
already had
down.
more Ottos than we have had women.
But this is a long list. Look at look at how far you've scrolled down on the little thing.
There's a reason why it is doing this, which is that when the game begins, the rule changes that we set in place only kick in when we hit go. So all the people in the world up to this point, all the courts and families have been constructed in such a way that men are going to be the head of alliance power, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that's why we're seeing a lot of very young women, children,
right.
having high alliance power because they are post the rules being changed.
It's Dr. Cat says you can filter by gender, I think.
Yes, you can.
Oh, and you can also filter by adult.
Okay, so
Okay, Danish, that's not bad.
And what kind of alliances are we talking about here? But they're not big.
Ooh, very little.
140
little.
people here.
Right.
Um,
Oh, but you know what we could do? I don't think this guy is doing anything that important for us. This guy is, I think, the only job he has for us is knight and court tutor.
yeah.
We could check matrilineal and get a much better distribution, I think.
Huh. Okay, this gives us Gudrun von Beilstein, who has 500 soldiers.
Not bad. Not great.
Yeah. Like, how good do we feel about a matrilineal marriage for a return of 500 soldiers versus giving him to the old man? Awful.
Well, we're really in it. Right. I think the list of things better than giving him to the old man is pretty long. So I think
fucking terrible.
So I think that 500 is decent, actually, especially because you've already got 1,000. So we're up to 2K, basically.
Okay, where is Gudrun from? Nope, wrong one. Nuts. She is
Liege button. If you double click on him, it should just right there. Just right there, neighbors. Couple neighbors away.
Yeah, that's actually probably good.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Nice and straightforward. And then we have brother 3. Oh, nope, that's him. Hugo.
Who is married. Hugo do for us? Oh, Hugo's married.
To Mathilde Scarpenois.
Oh, to the person that we just hired as our caravan master.
No, he's our caravan master. He has married another person's caravan master, which is great.
Honestly. They must have met each other on the road.
Isn't that cute?
Very cute.
Okay. All right, so we'll let that run a bit, and then I am going to... Oh. Albert has left. Albrecht has left. Oh, right, because it's a matrilineal marriage.
Married. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. But we have an alliance. I don't want to go on Prince Bishop Willem's hunt. I don't want to.
We may lose stress.
Ah, fuck. I dismissed it.
Without looking?
Without checking. Do we have a claim on Sundgau? Because it's part of the Duchy of...
We likely will need to fabricate a claim, but we can check. If we go to our page, it'll tell us what claims we have.
That would be here.
I think that if we have a claim, it would say claims there, and
no claims. All right.
Another thing that we could do is we could click on Sundgau and like pretend to declare war, or the county holder, and pretend to declare war, and like just see what it says.
Oh yeah, that's true. The county holder is Count Louis. We do not have a casus belli at all. So what we are going to do is we are going to go into the council mode, and we are going to get our suffragan bishop, who is not good, but he'll do, to start a claim on here.
Yeah.
While we're here, let's check what these other people are doing. Oh, Natalia's given birth to Anno. Great name.
Mm-hmm.
Our chat is also pointing out that we need a doctor, which we do.
Yeah. Are we sticking with Anno?
Yeah, I liked Anno. Okay. I think it's a pretty good game series. I had a good time. Anno 1800 is my favorite, but I should go back to Anno 1604
I like
or
Anno,
whatever.
Yeah. I played the future one that was pretty fun.
Oh, I haven't played that one. Happy with them doing foreign affairs. Happy collecting taxes. Happy organized army. You know what I'm gonna do? I am going to send him to find secrets in Duke Rudolph's court.
Okay.
Because if we're about to go to war with this guy, having secrets
Yes. Yeah.
against him is probably a good idea.
And now I will also say that the list of, useful people to murder,
Oh, yeah, fully.
That Duke.
He's fully
murderable.
Yeah, 100% murderable. In fact, who's
'Cause
his heir?
You know who people hate is a new ruler.
What, you mean
Everyone in your court
Adelaide
hates you.
von Rheinfelden?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true. We have no vassals.
Nope.
I'm just kind of going down our thing here. Our total soldiers are 432.
Right?
Not super.
No, not super.
There's our council, which you've seen. Here are our courtiers. I'll get to that in a second. Here's the intrigue screen. We have no schemes in the works right now, and we have a hook on our kid because they are a member of our family.
Right.
No factions targeting us.
One good thing about having kids is the inherent leverage you have over them.
That's what they say in medieval times. Let's search for a physician. And yeah, this is a good idea.
We could also. We never got a guardian for our kid.
Oh yeah, true. Let's do that nice and easy. And now we have 2 kids. So educate child. Okay. Here are my options. Avomai, whose aptitude is average, and Hesso, whose aptitude is terrible. So you idiots brought me... I specifically said get me good
we
doctors.
We found you this doctor and this random guy who said, yes,
man.
I would love to try being a doctor.
Oh my god. Okay.
Let's click on him though. Let's see what he's got for because I
he's
feel
Jewish.
like Oh, well, that helps.
Is that so?
No.
He's a grey eminence, and he's on the path
A renowned
to
physician.
a renowned physician.
That's perfect. We love that. I found weirdly I know that this makes perfect sense, but if you don't have the physician trait, they make really bad physicians no matter how high their learning is.
Yes,
which is weird.
Also, so all right, give me Avomai. And then wait, so this is there a way to be like someone else? Educate my daughter?
Yeah, we can on our guardian thing we can hit the refresh button there.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
There. Yeah.
So it could be our mother.
Yeah.
Who might be good actually because she's already kind of growing up to be kind of martial. Right? She has a high...
Yeah. I think that what we should do is we should pick the person with the highest learning that still has good martial.
That's a good shout, yeah. So
Avomai down there maybe with 8 martial is not bad.
Yeah, Avomai...
There, the Hugo there is also not a bad option. Oh, our brother.
The Caravan Master married to another Caravan Master.
Wow.
Caravan Masters all the way down.
Yeah.
Let's say Avomai.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Oh, this is interesting. This will attempt to convert Heilwig to Rabbinism.
No, that would.
But we don't want to do that.
No.
Okay.
Oh, she's a gambler already.
Oh, whoa, sick.
Did you see that?
Whoa.
Gambler.
Yeah. Character personality, gambler.
Gambler. Rowdy gambler.
Sometimes you have a rowdy gambler, baby.
Yeah.
Okay, our dynasty's doing
This kid's
very
gonna be
well.
a blast.
When this thing completes, whether or not it succeeds, I think we'll call it for today. I think we've had a very good opening of.
I agree. Yeah.
Just keep going. And I think that we are beginning to make a move that is going to have ramifications.
World historic ramifications.
God. Mathilde, so we have a niece.
Oh, that's nice. The Caravan Master's daughter.
Whom we are going to name.
I've read that book.
Who we will name Ingletrud.
Sure. It's so crazy we get to name them. It's funny every time to me.
Oh, congratulations, Ingletrud, and congratulations, my brother's wife.
I was playing the new Zelda game, and I found Zelda's horse. And after a very short, little bit, you can register it in your stable as one of your horses you have access to.
Who sort of steals Zelda's horse?
They let you name it, and it's sort of like, why? It's probably Zelda probably already named it.
Yeah, does it not already have a name?
Right, exactly.
It's probably Epona. No,
I don't think it's
Epona.
I think you can get Epona in some weird roundabout way.
I mean, isn't any horse Epona?
No.
Epona, the horse that seals the darkness.
No, most of my horses do not seal the darkness.
Most of my horses I only have one horse, actually. I need to get more horses.
Oh, really? The stable carries over from your Breath of the Wild save.
It's so cool, but I only had one horse in Breath of the Wild, so.
Oh, okay. I had 4, including the giant horse.
I never found the giant horse. In fact, in the run-up to... The giant horse was my sister's favorite horse in that game. And in the run-up to the launch of Tears of the Kingdom, she was anxious that she might not be able to recruit her giant horse in the sequel. And I don't know if that's the case, but I have to imagine the giant horse is in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Well, if she had already got it, then it'll still be in...
Oh, in her stable. Yeah,
right.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're going to leave it here. I would love to come back and play this. Crusader Kings is I mean, the thing that this makes me want to do is
play a bunch of Crusader Kings?
Sit on my couch and play it on the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
My own save. But, let's unlock the new perk for the diplomacy lifestyle and then call it.
Sure.
All right, so our options here are thoughtful. Send a very nice gift. Benevolent intent. Sway, scheme power 30%. That's very interesting.
That is
Firm hand, monthly prestige per dread. Befriend. You can use the befriend scheme. Unlocks the challenge to board game interaction, allowing you to play friendly games with other characters. Or heart of the family, close family opinion 15. What are you thinking here, Keith?
I love Sway scheme.
Yep.
Power.
Me too. 30% is substantial.
It is substantial, and we're right on the verge of starting one of those schemes. So,
yeah, totally. All right.
Hey, you ever want to see? Hey, the Duke? You ever want to see that Duke dead? Huh? I'm 30% more likely than I thought I would be. Hey, I thought I was going to be medium on that, but I'm actually 30% more than medium.
Let's get him. Let's fucking get him. Look, see, now it's looking pretty good.
It is looking pretty good. Hey, well, let's see just for fun. Let's see what the murder percent is on the Duke.
The Duke is... The HRE is so massive that I will regularly...
I know, yeah. You've got to go to the other map view and the the bottom left. You've got to go to Dutchy view.
Oh my god. Okay, well, so firstly...
Oh, things are happening because we let the thing run.
Ooh, hard to kill.
Harder
to kill than
certified hard to kill.
No agents.
Wow.
Interesting.
Hey, we got a 20% chance to kill this guy solo.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, which is impressive. That's pretty good.
That's a silver lining.
Countess Natalia is once again absent from our chambers as the night falls. She's been distant lately, lost in thought and rarely seen at court. She just had a baby. Am I not to satisfaction? Is she simply busy, or could she be warming someone else's bed? Do you have another
I'm
Natalia?
allowed to be rakish.
Only I am. Me and my rash. I confront Countess Natalia. I will investigate this myself. 54% chance I successfully learn.
Nope.
45% chance I gain stress. Or she would never disrespect. We should talk to her about it. Open conversation, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, so she seems genuinely upset as she denies it, and I have little choice but to take her at her word, and she's now unhappy with me, understandably.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
That's great, Crest.
Good
Well,
crest.
is there anything you want to plug before we leave? That's my Discord making a sound.
Yeah.
Sorry.
As always, you should go to youtube.com/runbutton to check out Runbutton, the Let's Play channel that I do. It's a great channel. We do lots of different stuff. We've been doing it for a very long time, and a lot of it is really good. Not all of it, but, what can you do?
What can you do? Very, very candid.
It is mostly very good, though. Also, of course, we are absurdly close to our stretch goal
so
on the
close.
Friends of the Table Patreon. We are $571 away right now from the $30,000 mark where we start the Hunter x Hunter podcast. And
Unreal.
Jack goes and watches Hunter x Hunter, and then we do a podcast about Hunter x Hunter. We don't exactly know who is all going to be on that, or if it's going to be different, or what the layout of that is going to be. But we do know that it will happen, and Jack will be on it, and I'm going to be on it. There's no way that I'm missing it. What else? We've got the TikTok that's been going. If you use TikTok, you should check out friends_table over there, where I've been cutting up bits of the show and bits of the Twitch and putting it on there, and it's fun and good.
You've been censoring our swears.
Well, the transcription app does that automatically.
It makes me feel like I'm on a when they quote something on the news and they quote someone's words and they say a swear and they have to asterisk it out.
So the program that I use to the secondary thing that I use to format the videos, that it includes an auto transcription thing, and then I have to go in and edit it because it's only about 80% right, and I add names to all of the lines so that people know who's talking. That automatically censors the swears, and I hear all the time that you get drastically lowered in the TikTok algorithm.
It's fucked up, isn't it?
I kind of don't believe
whether
it,
or not it's true.
Right.
If it's true, it's fucked up.
Right.
And if it's not true, the way that I wish I could remember the place I saw this first, but I heard this described as something like algorithmic superstition, and a particular kind of contemporary superstition that obtuse algorithms are a breeding ground for, right? Where it's
yes. It absolutely breeds paranoia, and there's stuff that I absolutely believe is fully paranoid self-censorship, where people are changing their language around in very bizarre ways in order to work around an algorithm that I don't think is doing what they think it's doing. And regardless, if swearing is bad, this is an app that could very easily be running checks on the audio. And if you're, swearing in the video, who cares if you're swearing in the transcription? And also the transcript is baked into the video pre-uploading to the app. So they would have to be scanning the image to see that, because I don't use the TikTok transcription. I use the headliner transcription. So the transcription is already on the video. Anyway, it's very bizarre, but I just figured I might as well leave the censorship in there. But every time I take it out and put it back and take it out and put it back. So I'm actually not saving myself any time.
Some novelty. Before we go, I have to say this. This one's gross, but we just got an event. Unfortunately, Natalia is also experiencing lover's pox. And my options here are my stress goes up because I'm lustful, Natalia gains rejected from marriage bed, or we can apologize to her because she also got lover's pox, presumably from us. And I think this is probably the move, in part because we don't want this stress.
Right, we don't want to be... My own stress is my primary concern here.
Remember at the beginning of this stream while we were like Crusader Kings through various kinds of game mechanics gets players thinking in these kinds of ways? I think this is a very good example of it.
It is a great example of it.
All right. But we will see you around.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming out. And thank you for streaming Crusader Kings.
This was really fun.
Yeah, this is great.
I love Crusader Kings.
I love Crusader Kings. Good night, everybody.